been a while.
It's been like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
No, I mean
13 days.
No,
It's been a while since we've had someone
that's what I was
in
gonna
here.
Say. I was going to say we have somebody in person.
When was the last time we had someone here?
I don't know.
It might have been like last year.
Man, it's from out of
It was
town.
Scott. It was right before you went to Colorado.
So that was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
fitting. It's
no.
fitting that you're here.
No, wasn't John here after that?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a long time.
Welcome everybody. We're coming up on episode 100. We have a very special guest. Came across the country just for us.
Yes,
Not really, but that's okay.
Just for us.
We've got I won't use your real name. I don't,
Say your real name.
no, okay.
What's your code name?
What's your
Trail name.
Your trail name's
Yeah,
Details,
it's
right?
Details,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, we'll call
All
it
right, we got Details from Girl Plus Dog Adventures. First off, there's a link to her channel in the description right now, so be sure to check her out. She's on her way. Do you want to talk about
Third comment, where dog?
Yeah, my wife was actually
he's
like
at the hotel. So.
my wife was
He's with you?
Yeah,
Oh,
come in tomorrow.
my wife is obsessed with dogs.
Really?
We do not have a dog.
You have cats.
Yes.
I figured that was going to be a
cat.
little bit of a.
Well,
Yeah. Well, another thing I want to talk about was how do you feel about our new channel, Men Plus Cats Adventures? Think that would hit it off?
I don't have a cat.
We'll get you one.
You
It could be
get a lot of-
men.
a lot of
Men.
lonely
I have
ones.
It could be
dog.
men. He has a dog. It could be Men Plus Cat. Do you want to share what you're doing?
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah, in
just
case
a little,
they're-
little trail meetup.
Yeah.
Colorado trail meetup, or just a meetup out at Hilltop Packs tomorrow morning, from 11 to 1. I'll be there early. But
So is it open to anybody to like go
open
over
to
there?
anyone. And
Is-
Remy
is-
will be there too. So if you want to meet Remy, Ultimate Trail Dog, he'll
Is
be
he
there.
going to give you free coffee?
I don't know,
You better.
but a free tour, I know for sure. He's
How far is that from here?
about 3.5 hours.
So it's in like Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, it's about an hour south of Pittsburgh, Waynesburg.
And then are you going right back home after that, or like you doing anything?
I was originally going to try to do a 1-night
Okay.
backpacking trip, but I might just end up driving all the way back. We'll see.
You there's some great Ohio backpacking spots that'll
Mohican.
really
Bryce was like,
blow
you should go
you
to
away.
Mohican. I was like, what about Cuyahoga State
We
Park?
have a
or something?
national park.
Yeah, the
It's
national
a
park.
national park.
I don't think you can camp there though.
Yeah, you can
can.
backpack. There's backpacking trails, but I was like, is it
Really?
one of those ones where it's like 20 kids and they're all super loud? Because I'm not a loud backpacker. solo.
It's like I've heard that, and like it's probably not a surprise that we've backpacked in this state for 10 years and never been there. So it's like that doesn't bode well for it. But if you're in that, I know you come to this part of the country, like you were saying a little bit, but like yeah, there's some good comments. You guys can shout. I got 2 people manning the computers here.
Ethan Shutt says, upcoming hiking videos from Show Brothers, taking our kids backpacking and taking our cats backpacking.
I don't know what would be worse. Probably the kid.
For you,
think
to be
so?
a kid.
A 2-year-old?
Yeah, because they can run around when they're not when they can't walk yet.
Like
Kids are okay.
a cat
backpacking.
is just like, rear. I just like,
You won't have a tent anymore. I don't think that Dyneema can actually hold to the claws.
I'm like, I don't know what would be worse about that trip, the kid or the cat. Oh my God, that'd be
Cat go
terrible.
in the backpacker, you hold
I
it.
don't know. I think, there's some cool people I follow, like Backpacking Kitty. Do you follow Backpacking Kitty?
No. What is
That's
that?
a TikTok account. You guys don't follow Backpacking? He's like a guy who backpacks with a cat. And the cat is like, sits on his shoulder the whole time.
We should do a backpacking stress test where we take your child, my child, your cat, my dog.
Your dog is destroying everything.
I know.
Small dog.
Andy's dog. Andy has a very good dog, but he got a dog last year, and I was like, all right, so clearly we have a trail dog now. Clearly, and he's done no trail dog
Training.
at all, because that's like a specific sect of dog training, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say 50% people actually train their dogs on trail.
And then like the other 50%,
They're just
are those the
assholes.
dogs I see that are just like
Yeah.
zipping around?
Yeah.
I could never let her off leash.
Yep.
I'm assuming that's the training.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're trying.
Right?
It takes like a couple of years to get
Really?
him off leash and just to be able to.
How old is
obey him.
Remy?
He is, 5 and a half.
Oh, so he's young.
Yeah.
How
And
long did it take?
About 2 years. So like I don't take him out. Like I have another puppy. She's about 18 months, but I won't take her out till she's about 2 years.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So his dog's a year old. So
Okay.
you would not recommend?
No, but you can start the basic training.
Yeah.
But first year is like hiking. And
She's a princess. She doesn't like camping.
She's a
There's a lot of good dog camping stuff that's for princesses.
Yeah.
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 All right. So we ask this question to everybody on the podcast. How did you get into backpacking?
No, we haven't asked that in a long time.
We ask it a lot.
Actually,
I want to know.
COVID was it?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
It
I
was
never
just-
really did solo or like I did more camping hikes.
Okay.
Versus actual backpacking until COVID.
Did you do any like camping growing up at all, or like car camping
the
and
pop-up
stuff?
trailers.
Okay.
You know, everyone had a pop-up trailer growing up.
We were a trailer family. Yeah.
Yeah, but we had cabins up north near Hayward, Wisconsin. I don't know if you guys.
Is that where you're
have been.
from?
No, I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
Like my family's always had cabins in that area, so it's pretty. We'd play war outside and build little acorn bombs and always be outside at the lake in the summer.
Did you go ice fishing?
I did not.
What? You're from that, isn't that? I lived in Wisconsin for 2 years. So I know they hunt and they ice fish.
Snowmobiling.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, snowmobiling.
So wait, where in Wisconsin is this?
Hayward
Or
is
sorry,
like
Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
The Twin Cities?
No, like you're from. Is that you're from the
I'm
Twin
from the
Cities?
Twin Cities.
Okay, where is this part in Wisconsin you're talking
It's
about?
northwestern, so it's like 2.5 hours.
Okay, so
It's pretty popular.
Close to Minnesota. Okay,
Yeah.
so but you're from the Twin Cities.
Yep.
Okay, I was like picking up on a little accent because I was
Sometimes.
like, yeah, and it's not. It's very interesting because it's regional. It's not Chicago, but it's got a little of a Chicago flair in there.
Sometimes I get the elongated O's.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Ah, brings me back
Don't.
to yeah. That's similar to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's funny. And then so COVID hit. You're itching to get outside, and then that's like, and did you? The next question, which we might know the answer to now, did you start the YouTube thing at the same time as you started backpacking?
Yeah, pretty much because my mom and my grandma were wondering what I was up to, and I didn't even have Instagram. I still don't have Facebook, and so I just started recording videos and posting them like privately or just with the link. And then people started subscribing. I'm like, that's weird. You don't even know me. You start subscribing. And then I put out my first gear review, and it looks like a terrible video now, but it's got some good views. I'm like, okay, maybe people actually like watching this stuff about
It's
dogs.
a good niche.
Yeah.
It's a very good
Yeah,
niche.
and so I'm like, okay, well, there's not a lot of females out there either, and females hiking with
Yeah,
their dogs. Lots of dudes out there.
Yeah.
Sausage fest. Trust me.
A lot of guys.
A lot of dudes.
So yeah, and I just try to make it fun most of the time.
So the thing that's cool about that, and like, so Andy and I, we started backpacking like decades ago, but it's cool to watch someone evolve as a backpacker, like live through the course of their videos. Cause like, especially if you're doing the CT, like you learn a lot.
I was doing training hikes and like
Yeah.
shakedowns, sort of practicing before I went out on my own.
So how did you become like? How did the CT become like your thing?
Second year of COVID.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on still, and I was traveling 70% of the time for work, which is why I never really got out there
70%.
before. And so I just wanted a challenge for 2021. Like, I'm going to do this trail. And that's when I started, that's when I actually knew what through hiking was, after I started researching and it was nearby and I could segment hike some of it.
Okay.
Just to get started, because I wasn't like a long distance hiker at all. So yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to do it. People are like, you can't do that. You
People
can't go
say
out
that?
there.
Fire.
People said
Yeah,
that?
people still say that.
So did you do the CT over 2 years?
No, it's single year.
Single year.
I segment hiked starting in April or May. So water, like in snow, was still plentiful. So I went out like every single weekend. So segment 1, and then segment 2, 3, and then I had 4 and 5, and then 6, 7, 8. And then 9 through 11, I started building. And then 16 through 28, I did in one stretch. Just because of work, too. I couldn't take that much time off of work. But yeah.
Is that a logistical nightmare doing it like that?
Once I got further, like, in,
Are you dropping cars? Like
I was driving my car, and I paid for shuttles to come back
Okay.
and forth. My dog sitter, actually, who was watching my other dog at the time, did a run for me too.
Okay.
Oh.
That's why I always think about section hang. I'm like, that's got to be a nightmare.
The farther you get away from Denver.
Yeah. Like, how do you get in a car dropped like 3 or 4 hours west of Denver?
Yeah, so it got harder and harder, and then pretty much once I got to Twin Lakes, it was definitely a really long like taxi ride. There's a lady out of Leadville who does like taxi drop-offs, but that was pretty much the last time I got a shuttle ride. And then I had to park my car in Durango and get it really expensive, almost the cost of a flight all the way up to Marshall Pass.
Yeah.
But that's how I did it. Yeah.
Okay. How far was that last leg?
From Durango to Marshall.
Yeah.
That was about a 3-hour ride with the car service.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that the coolest part?
The car service.
No. That's strict.
What was the car
No.
service like?
That's
16?
the last.
Yeah, like I would say if you're gonna skip any section, skip 16 through 19.
Where are the collegiates in this?
They're
They're before this.
Yeah.
So like we can get into this now. So we got our time frame booked. It's like mid to early July.
Yeah.
Where should we go?
Yeah.
That's like this will be probably snowpack, but well, collegiates you definitely want to hit the west. But one through
Is that like that's what we're leaning towards? Is that a good time of the year to do that? And does anyone do the east? Nobody does collegiate east.
Not just to do the east.
Okay.
Like if you do the east as part of the loop most of the time, or if you're going straight trail, yeah, but not just they don't just do the east. No one does.
But logistically, we don't
Isn't
have...
and we don't we only have like 4 days, and the collegiates
you won't be
are
able to finish it in 4 days.
Right.
But you at least you could get through 1 through 3. You might, for sure.
We also can't kill Bryce. And Bryce,
guys
we're on a text chain, and he has serious
fear.
Fear is a strong word, but maybe an accurate
Concerns.
word. He's like, so last time we did this, we literally flew in. We're doing the exact same way this time. We flew in at 9 p.m. and then hiked in the next day.
Oh yeah.
And Bryce
and you
struggled.
had some beers before.
And Bryce, you know what? And this is not talked about, but 2 weeks prior to that, he'd
Yeah.
run an ultra marathon, and like that just depletes your body. And like, because we had been to Colorado with Bryce 2 years ago, and he was totally fine.
Yeah.
So on this trip, same thing. We're like flying at like 9 p.m. It's not even the next. It's like we come in at 9 p.m. and then we stay outside Denver. Then we're going right back in.
You flying into Denver?
Yeah.
Okay, because then Leadville will take you about 2.5 hours
Yeah.
to get
So
there.
so what if? Okay, so like, what if we could go anywhere on the CT though, like for 4 days?
But we're flying into Denver, and so we got to
That's
go.
gonna be the hard part.
I know, but
But it's not- we've got
a
We got
connection.
time.
We've got some like we can
You
get
got-
out
you know
there.
people, you know
yeah,
people.
we can get
Okay.
out there. Like where should we go?
I would probably pick up at 20 at Eastville Trailhead. That's where you get to San Luis Pass.
Okay.
It was one of the easiest climbs. You climb like 8. You climb?
like 8,000 feet.
Were you about to
No.
say you climb like
You guys, I'm
8,000
saying you're
feet?
at like 10. No, you climb about 3,000, but it was like the lot. Anyways, it's not as steep as any of them. And if you wanted to hit a 13er, that's the easiest one to hit because you can see it. And it'll only take you an hour and a half to get from the top of the saddle all the way up to the peak and back.
Okay.
So it's not it's not Mount Albert at all.
Have you done Albert?
I have done Albert.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That was actually was
cool.
that my first one? That was my first one in
That
Remy.
had so many false summits.
Yeah,
How many 14ers have you done?
just 3.
Okay, that's more than us.
But I mean, I don't know. They're okay.
Was Albert the coolest of the 3 you've done?
I did Grays. That one was cool because if you also can make Grays and Tories because they're Twin Peak and you can like. Ride the
Oh,
ridge line
that's
there.
the one. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grays is pretty cool, but like the trailhead gets super crowded, and then there's this one spot where it's just a big hole, and so people with their little Priuses try to go up and around it and get stuck. So my Jeep can just.
My wife used to drive a Prius. It's a good car. I wouldn't take it up a 14.
4x4 road.
No.
to
I'm not taking
trailhead.
your car.
So, hey, that car's heavy. It can do some damage. Okay, so you're saying segment 20.
20 to. Well, how many days? 4?
Let's say 4 nights, 5 days.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we fly in.
We're gonna fly in on like a Tuesday and then hike in, and then so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, hike out Sunday.
But I got to fly home Sunday night.
Well, we're gonna drive fast back to Denver.
I have to fly home Sunday night.
This
Yeah,
is how,
I mean,
this
you
is
could
how we
get
do
to you
these
could get to
trips.
almost
When
you
you
could get to 20. You could do 20, 21, 22, and 23.
That's a lot of segments.
But you're above tree line for a lot of like the second half of it, and you can just fly usually in Snow Mesa. You'll cross over, so you could go at Eastville Trailhead all the way to Spring Creek Pass, and that's where like there's a shuttle and easy pickup from Lake City that they do or wherever you want to go.
How far is that drive back to Denver?
It's gonna be
Like
like
3?
5. No, 5.5.
5?
Well, it'd be like back to.
It'd be like coming from Gunnison. I mean, it like that pass would be probably another hour to Gunnison, and Gunnison's like another 5, so like 5.5, 6
So-
hours. I bet.
There's a chance that we have a home base in Evergreen.
There's not a chance.
Well, I just don't want to. I don't want to make promises.
I'm planning on that.
Yeah, Mad Hippies even said you should camp at tree line. So at the start of segment 20, there's a really nice river with awesome camping spots, and there's a bathroom at that trailhead.
What?
Yeah.
So okay, so you're talking about a lot above tree line here. What?
No hammocks.
Damn it!
It's like, is all of this above tree line that you're talking about?
Pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, you start at probably 10-7 to 11, I think. And then, and especially the segment 21, right after the San Luis Pass area, it's all beetle kill area. So you're actually like in scary tent camping area even.
Oh, it's like
But
the
it's
dead
super
trees.
pretty. Yeah, it's super pretty. And then
Mad-
you go across Snow Mesa, which is super exposed. But you want to try to cross that in one day.
Mad Hippies is saying 21 to 23.
Yep.
They know their stuff.
You got a flight to catch.
I know. Maybe I can push it back one day.
We could figure it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you could start at 21, but you'd have to take the Creed trailhead up.
Is it an issue if we're in like early July?
You'd definitely see snow.
But like it's like we're not
But is it
post
doable?
holing.
I don't think so. I just watched the snowpack reports on it.
What time of
Most
year
of it.
did you do this section?
I did that section in late August. But I did segment 7 out of Breckenridge, like middle of June, and I was like
June.
post-holing. Yeah.
Okay.
So I did it, but the San Juan still have snow. I mean, you can still see snow even in August at the tops, but trails should be pretty clear, just not like your most crowded time where people are actually treading through the snow or actually creating the trail is going to be mid-July. So you're probably going to miss it by a couple weeks where people are creating the path.
I see. June. I didn't even think you could hike on the CT
Yeah.
in June.
No, I did.
Is that the earliest in
Yeah,
the, in
so
the season
segment
you did?
5. No, segment 5 I did end of.
We've done segment
Right.
5.
We have.
Yeah.
That
We haven't
there
done
was one
many.
section 2 miles took me 5.5 hours because I was in like
'Cause of snow?
6 feet of snowpack
With the dog?
with the dog. I was like, I had to tell Remy to keep going so he wouldn't start sinking, but I was like hulking my way through some of it because I would just sink and I just have to push my way through, and it was exhausting.
You went like from 0 to 60 with the backpacking.
Yeah, you
here.
did.
Most people don't get into backpacking and then go straight to do something like this.
Did you just like walk into REI and be like, give me?
Yeah,
I did a lot of.
talk about that
I walked into
process.
REI online.
Talk about that process though. Like, how did you go? How did you go about? So you're getting into backpacking.
Yeah, I mean, I had a bunch of gear ready just from camping.
Okay.
That was that decent. Like 2014 was my last big gear purchasing year. So I just started with all that, and then I started doing research on stuff. And I did try some ultralight stuff. It just didn't work for me. Like my backpack didn't work for me. I tried a ULA circuit.
Oh, I like the ULA stuff.
It's not made for short people.
Okay.
So
So
that's
it's got
the
like a
thing.
long torso.
It's like they don't adjust the shoulder straps. They have like a on the bottom, on the bottom belt, you can adjust it up or down. But I
Well-
have to adjust it up so the backpack actually goes down.
Oh,
And
I
it
see.
ended up like sinking
I see
too
what you mean.
much. For
Yeah.
me. So I had a Gregory, which was great.
I watched one of your gear videos today. Do you have 4 of those packs?
I do. I have them like in all this size.
I saw
Because the
that.
frame fits really well, and it just holds the weight well. Because I do have to carry a heavier pack because
Yeah,
of the dog.
right. I
yeah.
remember in another video you said you have to carry 5 pounds of food a day
For
both
when
of you.
That
That's a
was so when I
lot.
started segment 16, because that was a 5-day carry.
So you had
plus long
25
water.
so you had 25 pounds.
And at some points, I would have 7 liters of water with me.
7? Oh, because you got the dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
So twice as much water, twice as much food.
He carries some of it though, right?
But you can't make him carry it the whole time. So he has like 4 pounds total.
That's
other-
all.
So he carries his bed, the first aid kits, like my actual like water, the hydro packs and the water filter. So I can have
Okay.
easy access to it. So I don't have to.
How big is he? It's hard to tell. Like how many pounds
He
is he?
is 78 right now. So
Jeez.
Wait, so
okay,
a 70
that looks
wait,
different than
he
on camera.
he does
looks-
not look that big.
he's a big dog.
Well, that size dog can only carry 4 pounds.
He can probably carry more, but when he's hiking 20 miles a
true.
day,
That's
like
true.
Fair.
there's one point where his
That's true.
paws got tore up. So I carried his packs. That's an additional,
Wow.
like for like 5 to 8 segments, depending on where I was.
Did you ever regret bringing a dog?
No.
Nice. No hesitation
No. Yeah.
whatsoever there. Did you have any like wildlife encounters with him?
People are talking about moose.
Oh, there's the one moose story,
Yeah.
I think. That was what I was actually most afraid of. But generally, since he's a bigger dog, I wasn't worried about mountain lions or anything because he definitely doesn't look like prey. When you see him out there. But he's pretty good. Even when I had him off leash, he always walks behind me. So if he does see something,
okay.
he's not going to start running off forward. But
What's the moose story?
Yeah, what is that?
oh, I was camping in a heavy moose area, and I thought that there was going to be moose around, so it was just like
Where
really weird.
is this on the
It
CT?
was segment
obviously?
4. Yeah, segment 4.
That's
and then
the
in
moose area.
segment 4, heavy moose area, and segment 20.
We didn't see.
Yeah,
it.
we didn't
19.
see anything.
Carson Saddle, Mad Hippies. Carson Saddle's 22, 23, somewhere around that. But they're down below, so I stayed well above it. But
When I was staying in Breckenridge, like there's just like
we
moose.
saw moose on the trail.
There's just like moose there.
Yeah,
Like no, like I'm
7.
going out to my car and they're like out there in the street.
Yeah.
It's really weird. And it's like weirder than a bear to see that. I don't know. Like I always like a
Well,
bear.
you don't know.
yeah.
Bear you can scare, but moose, like, you just don't know what
so
they're...
Yeah.
big.
And they're so unpredictable. You don't know if they're going to charge you, if they're just going to, like, eat some food and look at you, or just walk away.
We've encountered moose a few times.
I did I was like a 7 or 8 day, I talked about this before, a canoe trip in Canada, and like every turn in the river, it was moose. Every single turn.
like in the water.
In the water, on the side.
God, that sounds majestic.
But you have to think about bear safety with the food with the dog.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
actually
yeah.
had 2 food bags. And I packed all of his food in a Mylar bag, so it would do the smell into another odor-proof sack.
Okay.
Because the dog food, they put extra palatants on to make it like 10 times smellier, so they could actually eat it. And so
Interesting.
your dog's food, even if you can't smell it, it's like way more smelly than your own food.
Wow.
We could have a
I
whole
didn't know
podcast
that.
on
Yeah.
food science. I love it. Have you had any do you train the dog to like, because you haven't encountered any like head first attempt, like you haven't encountered wildlife with him.
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's why he walks behind me.
so is that the training you do? Like how do
yeah.
you prep? How do you prep for this?
To walk, one is to walk behind, and then you just make sure, like, ones that he doesn't have a high prey drive, like some dogs do, where they're going to run off.
Okay.
But I also don't hike with any like ear pods or listen to anything.
That's
so
a good
I
thing.
can be paying attention
Yeah.
as well, because he's going to notice stuff before I do,
Yeah.
and then I can recall him back. I also do e-collar training too.
Okay.
So I had it. I actually I don't even think I turned it on once, but I have it for him just in case.
Did you carry bear spray?
I did until I think actually segment 16. I ended up just dropping it.
Just because he was like,
Well,
why?
and you're above tree line for at least half the
Okay.
over there. So 16 through 17, there's lots of berries there. So there's lots of bear activity. But once you're above tree line, there's just less risk. I'm not going to say bears don't exist, but
Yeah.
even last year, there was just a lot of food sources at high elevation because of all the rain we had. 2019, you were getting like mountain lions down into the city and everything. 'Cause
Really?
there's no food sources. So they start going lower. They start looking everywhere for food.
Okay. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think about any of this stuff.
So when you're talking about like headphones, I do not, unless I'm with that, when we're with a group of people and I'm in the middle of the group, sometimes I'll put them in, but I don't wear them purely for those
Yeah.
kinds of
But
reasons.
those are
and
those are
and
also
the
on, like-
goddamn mountain bikers.
Yeah.
Which we
Yeah.
we
Oh
haven't
my
talked
gosh.
about that.
Segment 4.
Like how many, so obviously, and the other thing is you were doing this on weekends, right?
The first couple, and then 16 through 28.
That's the
I
one
did
thing
do the
about the CT, man.
Once you get in the wilderness area, though, you're not
You're not allowed
no
to.
miles, yeah.
But like we were hitting some segments like on the weekend, and it's like every 5 minutes they're zipping, and so sometimes they're ringing the bell like we got 2 more back, and we're like, come on, man, and like
I did like when they ring the bell,
No,
but they don't all do that.
Yeah, and then it freaks Remy out.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just runs, or he'll go do something like to stop in the middle of the trail, just trying to figure
Man,
out
they're
what's
going
on.
fast.
Yeah,
You know what though?
They probably bitch about us.
Yeah, like, goddamn hike.
Goddamn backpackers.
Goddamn backpackers.
Got all this shit.
You know, go to
He's
the
got
side.
their dog.
There's
Yeah.
sections that have the motorbikes too that come through. but at
Oh, I
least-
never saw
at
that.
least you can hear them.
Like a dirt bike?
Yeah.
Oh.
But they tear up the trails. Those are almost the worst trails to
Are
hike on.
those illegal on those trails?
Some of them. Mm-hmm.
You know what we get in Ohio? We get ATVs.
Yeah.
No, we
none
get
of
the
those
the
ones.
side by sides.
We get those too.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
get like.
those ones you'll hit on the Jeep roads because some of it's still Jeep road walking. But
Did you? Were there anything like? Were there like? I imagine if I brought a dog with me, and like you're like sleeping, and the dog like gets up and like can tell, so he can sense. Did that ever happen? He can like sense something, or like, did you get like freaked out because of something he
Is there,
was like
a
sensing that you
Sasquatch
couldn't?
watching you. And the
I'm
dog
trying to ask if you saw Bigfoot out there.
Did the dog sense Bigfoot?
No, but seriously, like
he
sometimes my
senses
cat
stuff,
like does
but a lot
shit,
of
and
it's
I'm like,
actually
what are
other
you seeing?
hikers.
Okay.
Like a lot of this CDT hikers, they'll be hiking straight night through or whatever it is, and he'll start growling and get up, but he just sits up and starts growling. And
So nothing tonight where you're like, oh, what do you see, Remy? Like, what's out there?
I'll just be like, go back to bed.
Does he sleep like soundly through the night?
Generally, yeah.
Like,
That's what also the trail training, you make sure that they're aware of. Like I actually camp in my basement when I'm starting with the dogs. Like I'll go out and camp in the
that's
tent, teach them to get in
interesting.
and out so they're not pawing at the
Are you
door.
making videos on dog training
you
your
should
dog?
be doing this. I'm
serious.
I'm clearly not going to do that.
It's a good idea though.
It's a great
Because
idea.
first they get used to the tent,
Yeah.
right, and not being able to see
Yeah.
outside, because that's one of their things is they can't see, they can only hear.
Yeah.
So they're on high alert, and then you can take them outside, like in the backyard or a local state park, where they can actually listen to the sounds.
If he's got to go to the bathroom, do you just unzip and let him go?
No,
That's
but
my
he,
thing,
Like,
is, like, do you
really,
gotta get
like I actually
out?
have to make him go to the bathroom a lot of the times.
Okay.
It's one of those weird dogs that can hold it for like
Old,
17 hours.
old David Gray is just opening the thing and the dog.
the dog goes
And
out.
then like, so we went with him, we went back with him like 2 years ago, and Andy and I were in hammocks. I will never forget this.
That's
And we're,
awesome.
we're sleeping and it's like 12:30 at night. And I wake up and there's this chocolate lab's face in my face, like licking me. And I was scared shitless. And I thought it was like an animal coming up to me, but it was David Gray has let his dogs out. And I forget what's that? Why can't I remember? It's Jaden and,
Jaden and
I can't think of the other dog's name. Anyway, I was scared shitless because like I was in a hammock without the bug net on and I'm sleeping and all of a sudden like a chocolate lab's face looks like a black bear. And we were in bear country. And this dog's in my face and then it starts licking me. I'm like, what is going on? And then he's like, Bailey.
Bailey.
He's like, Bailey. And I was like, oh my God, David.
Well,
I
fun
shit myself in my
story about
hammock.
black bears and dogs get mistaken.
Yeah.
When we were up in Gunflint, Minnesota, right by like north of Grand Marais, I used to have a Rottweiler. She passed like in 2019. But my brother, we were all at this cabin. His name is Suki, and she was just kind of off leash running around. And it was nighttime. We were all around the fire, and my brother comes down, and all of a sudden we hear bear, scat. Bear, get, just like whatever he's saying. And then he thought the black bear was my dog Suki. So he goes up and says,
Do they
"Suki."
look?
Yeah, he's like, Suki, what are you doing? And realized it was this bear like on the trail.
They're
instead of my dog.
they're actually like after that happened, I went on a deep dive on like bear evolution and dog evolution. They're not closely related. Like the sense of smell is there, like like they're actually not like far off from the tree. And I don't know, it's like, but like a specific to like a chocolate lab, like that shape, the shape of their face and the color, like it does.
Rottweilers are like big and round too. So.
Yeah. And it just was so scary for like 5 seconds. And then you feel this like relief. Or like, oh, it's like, and it's like, his dog, it's like the nicest dog ever. But I was always curious. I'm like, if the dog's got to go, you just like unzip and let him go. Is that what you would do? Or would you go out?
No,
You go
I
out
would
with
probably
them?
go out, but I actually go to the bathroom more than Remy does. Like if I have to go in the middle of the night, if it were winter camping, but he stays in the tent. I tell him to stay. That's another thing that you train him to do is to stay in the tent when you leave.
I'm assuming, did you see a lot of people with dogs on the CT?
Not
And are
doing
dogs
the whole
allowed?
thing.
Are dogs allowed on the entirety
Except for segment 1, you do an alternate, but I actually like that
of it?
alternate.
We skip segment.
I know you did.
yeah,
Don't tell anyone.
yeah.
But you started on 2.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, and you skipped segment 7 too. You started on 8.
We did.
Yeah.
That was a logistical thing though,
Yeah.
because we wanted to end up somewhere, and like we were already killing Bryce, and
Yeah,
like I didn't.
that one almost killed my friend.
That would have been like it would have been like 60.
climb,
It would have been
that's
like
the-
60 or
it's your-
70
It's
miles.
your first
Breckenridge.
really steep climb.
Yeah.
You go to 13,000. It's
That's
the
out of
top
Breck,
peak.
though,
Yeah,
right?
peak
Yeah.
that Breck is like 12.9. So, and then weather is always an issue trying to get over that ridge line in early season.
We never hit like you always hear the stories of like the thunderstorms rolling in, and we had that in Wyoming like years ago. But on the CT, we'd never gotten like. Did that happen to you? Like
yeah,
where
I
a
mean,
big thing
segment
rolls
10
in?
that you guys did, that I got caught in a hailstorm. Actually, the umbrella came in really handy for hailstorms. And then it didn't let up, and then it's like, oh, I'm only 2 miles to trailhead. Should I
So
camp?
were
It was
you
like,
on the ridge? What did you do?
I just went for cover under
Just
trees
like,
and
hunkered
was like
down.
under my umbrella. But Remy ended up getting super cold and scared, so I just made camp and kind of sat there for a while. And then it was like 6:30, and I was like, I'm just gonna stay here the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was planning on doing massive the next morning, but I just didn't make it that far. So
Has there what's the scariest situation you got into on the CT? Was it weather related? Was it people related?
Probably people.
Was it people? Colorado's got so
yeah,
backpacking in
okay,
Ohio. You got some
it's scary people and they
some
break into your
scary
cars.
people.
I had never No, not in the like the further you get out from Denver, it's not as bad. Like 'cause
Okay.
you have limited access to the trailheads along the trail, so you really never see. You might see some like weird people out there, but nothing that was like psychotic that I saw.
What was the scariest thing that happened to you?
It was when Remy, I think when he was having the paw issues actually, or he fell through the cattle grate, and then he just it was like a dumb move because every other cattle grade I was kind of lifting up his harness and helping along, and that one I'm just like, oh, you can go over it, buddy, and he slipped and like the screw and it just slipped the side of it, and he didn't move for like 5 minutes, and then it was fine, and then that area is all the cow water, so I couldn't like stop and try to get him water, and clean it up. But then he was okay. But that's when he also started having paw issues because of all the Jeep roads and the road walking that we had to do.
Yeah, and when I was watching videos, like he's doing like 20 miles a day. That's a lot of miles.
How many calories do you have to feed him?
That's a good question.
I didn't count calories.
Or I'm sorry,
it's more meals. Like I actually was counting my calories.
How many calories did you?
I burned 350 an hour usually.
Oh, you did it hourly. You're very technical.
Yeah. Well, I didn't because I didn't eat for like the first couple days. So I was like living off of gummy bears and electrolytes.
You didn't eat for the first couple days?
Yeah.
Were you
Well,
having stomach
hardly.
issues?
I just wasn't hungry. And so I almost had to force myself by drinking stuff.
Okay.
Because I was doing stoveless the entire time.
I didn't know that.
And so like I had days, so I made sure I ate and then stuff that I could continue to eat. So I'd make sure I'd have like every hour I'd have 350 calories worth of snacks in my pocket. So I'd put those every morning and like 500 for dinner. And
do you find it's hard to replace those calories when you're on trail? Because we talk about this too. It's like you burn so many calories and it's like there's no way I'm going to eat that.
It's very difficult
Yeah.
to eat 5,000 calories.
it is. That's why I was always snacking throughout the day because I couldn't eat big meals.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make sure I got the caloric
And
intake.
then if you get like
and protein
Bryce,
at
if
night.
you get like altitude sickness,
Yeah.
that was another thing I wanted to
Bryce
talk to you
wouldn't
about.
eat.
Did you ever get that at all? Did you do anything special to not get that? Or is Bryce just a pussy?
Well, I didn't drink before I tried to climb over 10,000 feet.
Some people just get it. Just give me a little topper.
Oh, Mad Hippies mentioned coyotes. That was scary when there's coyotes like in the valley when you're on the mountain and you don't know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
It just echoes.
Is that a potential threat to a dog?
Yeah, because they'll try to lure the dog out, and so
Really?
if you don't train your dog,
Oh,
not to go
they're
after 'em.
dogs. I forgot about that.
They are.
Yeah.
And they're crafty. But yeah, so that would be the scariest thing to like
Is that
figure out where they are.
the highest likely threat for you on the CT is coyotes?
That's great. I would think it'd be moose.
It'd be
Well,
moose
she's
and
got-
actually
she's
find the
got a
trail.
dog.
Moose
It's a
aren't going to
different-
come up to you like when you're at
different
night.
dynamic.
But if you run on the trail, but like coyotes at night, yeah, just trying to figure out where they are. And they're
We
far
would
away.
hear them. In Ohio we have them, but
Yeah.
you hear them at night like yipping like all night long. It's actually kind of annoying. And then we'll hear them when they get something, and then it's like a party, and then you hear them like go nuts, and you're like, oh,
They got something.
they got something. I didn't think about coyotes on the Colorado Trail.
Yeah.
You think about bear, and I never really think about moose, but there's a lot of moose there, so
Yeah,
kinda makes
especially in
sense.
the middle sections too.
So did you do a lot of backpacking after you did the CT or during the CT? Did you do like other stuff in Colorado?
After the that was September when I finished up.
So you can't really.
So have you done anything since?
Yeah, I went out to Sandridge State Forest in Illinois.
I was going to ask you. You're close to Wisconsin though. You can go up.
Yeah, but everyone's done Wisconsin stuff. So
There's
I'm like,
nothing
There's
in
nothing in
Illinois.
Illinois. There's
Yeah.
nothing. And it took me about 3.5 hours. And then there's
it
this
south? Did you go south?
Straight south. Yeah, past Joliet. And then there's one at the very southern end. I'm like, oh, this looks really nice. There's really good reviews. There's rocks and trees. But it's like 6 hours away. Illinois is a really long state.
I am laughing hysterically at going from camping and backpacking in Colorado.
I heard
to
you say that in one of your live streams. I'm just like, no, I'm going to beat Kevin on this one.
Yeah.
We always trash Illinois.
And we trash Ohio.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, no, Indiana really sucks. At least Illinois
Yeah,
has
they
got
have a state. They have a state forest.
Illinois
down
does,
below.
or
so
Indiana
if you go
does, yeah.
towards the like by Arkansas and the canyons and stuff like that, they've got some nice stuff down there. But not like Colorado, I would say. It just takes you about 30
Would you go
minutes.
up to Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Wisconsin?
Yeah. The only thing I'm nervous about now in Wisconsin is the ticks with the dog. And I
I
definitely have
actually
way
wanted
more
to ask you about
bugs, way
that.
more bugs than in Colorado.
Is that significantly worse than Illinois for a tick thing?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Do you have because I've never known in Colorado of ticks to be like a thing you have to worry
At
about.
certain times of year, there's the Rocky Mountain tick, actually. And
Isn't that the one that makes you allergic to meat? I don't know. You heard that? That's the Lone Star tick.
that sounds like something that happens after you get the COVID
But
vaccine.
but do the ticks have?
All right. Whoa. You just
Yeah.
Sorry.
You just demonetized us.
Do the ticks in Colorado have Lyme disease?
Yes.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
See, this is something you have to worry about.
Yeah. So yeah, but the first year Remy, we went hiking. It was actually at Golden Gate Canyon State Park, and it was just in some brushy areas. And he had a tick for the first time, but I didn't have him on any tick stuff because I was like,
The Lone Star tick.
Yeah, does it make you allergic to meat?
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
This is where we have to fact check him.
But do you? So I just imagine if you're bringing an animal through backpacking, you're just peeling ticks off left and
That's
right.
what. Well, people say that on the AT all the time, and it's just really hard because like Remy always wants to get in the tent right when I set it up, and so. I'm just
Oh,
have
I
to
didn't think
push him
about
back.
that. You got to check him
Yeah,
before he
they
gets
get
in
the
there.
tent. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, Joe Robinet would just wait for them to like fill up with blood and fall off.
Yeah, but he's on this, and he takes a tick medicine, and they're supposed to just die when they
So like
get
when they
into
bite
him.
him.
Yeah,
My wife got Lyme disease.
she did.
True story. Yeah. And she was in the Northeast.
Okay.
And she was like a teenager. That's like where it's like real bad. Ohio's actually not great. I actually think as you go west, it gets a little bit better. I don't know about Illinois though.
Yeah, we'll see.
But do you have to carry like one of those little
I do in his first aid
Things.
kit. Yeah, the tick thing.
things about ticks? Like
Yeah,
something
they're
about ticks, I
gross.
just don't like.
and they
them.
just crawl into places, and you're like,
Do you do the permethrin?
I do. I spray my clothes.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. I have a bandana for Remy, though, too, that has permethrin in
Okay.
it, and you tie it around his neck.
I got the in that
Works for
bathroom.
bugs.
I got like the Tractor Supply.
I do. I have like 3 bottles I got
Yeah.
from Amazon.
Yeah, it's super cheap to buy in bulk, and every year I need to do that because we're going out next month. I need to do because I like hate, and it's there because of all the moisture we're getting
Yep.
here. Like they're really bad in the Midwest versus like historical years, and I don't like the tick thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I
and
spray
they,
it
and
on
they
my
carry
gloves.
other things than Lyme disease.
I can't tell you how many ticks I've pulled off of me.
Really, I have
Really?
not pulled a single tick
Not,
off me.
yeah, not in recent years backpacking.
You guys wear shorts backpacking, too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I wear pants, so it's
That's helpful. Well, now I'm rethinking. But like when it's 95 degrees and
Yeah.
humid here,
I'm gonna be sweating anyway, so
Yeah,
do,
but
do you know
at least you don't
Bryce?
have
Do you
to-
know Bryce's tick story?
no.
Was that Frozen or
No, that
Bryce?
was Bryce at Shawnee.
Yeah, he went
Oh,
through
Dad's
like
on.
a. He went through like a. Is ours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got my daughter. Is my daughter in bed? She can stay up to watch this. He ran into. They call them seed ticks. They're baby
Okay.
ticks, and he went into like where they like were like spawning
gosh.
from, and that's where you get like 50 of them.
Like they spawn from your belly button?
No,
or
they like you walk through an area where they're like coming out, and you get like and they're so tiny, like they just look little red
Yeah.
welts all over your body.
Deer ticks are like that, too, aren't they? They're like, my sister can spot a deer tick from a mile
Really?
away. And she's like, you have a tick? I'm like, what? don't
But
even
I
see
always
it.
took comfort. Andy's googling tick things right now. It's gross. I've always taken comfort that when I'm out west, that like it's like they don't have, at least don't have Lyme disease.
The ticks
Yeah.
just get it out west.
They're just everything's cooler out west, man. I did think around Tahoe at least they don't have Lyme disease, but I do need to check that.
I don't know.
I don't know. What else do you have to worry about with the dog?
This is interesting.
This is very interesting. Ticks is an easy one.
Ticks.
Exposure, you talk about that a lot.
Yeah, because
In your videos.
Yeah, I do. So overheating, particularly with the dog, because their body temperature is already higher than
Yeah.
yours. So when you're feeling hot, they're feeling hot too. So always making sure like their nose and the top of their face is wet, because that's where they
Do they
sweat
get
from.
altitude sickness?
They can.
They can.
Remy, I know he like when we get to 9,500 feet. Usually, I can tell he doesn't get sick, but he can tell the change because he'll get up in the car when we're driving or when we're hiking.
And you have multiple dogs, correct?
Yeah.
What made?
Oh, wait, how many dogs?
Yeah, you can say. You don't have to say how many.
4
You have 4
total.
dogs.
Okay.
What made like? Were you like he's the backpacking dog? Or like,
He's just more athletic.
okay.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
other 2 we have are Newfies.
Those are
they're
the
water
big
dogs.
ones,
yeah,
right?
So they'll go for maybe a couple miles, but they're not like a.
Do you
trail dog.
backpack with the other dogs at all?
Winnie's still too young, so maybe like this fall I'll take her out.
You
but
got a
she's-
pack of dogs.
Yeah.
out
Do you
there.
do you have furniture that's intact?
They're not on the furniture. They're not allowed on the furniture.
Are your dog? I imagine.
All right,
so
all right.
unlike his dog, I imagine walking to your house and the dogs are all sitting there like perfectly in like form, like waiting for you to like. Are your dogs like super well trained?
They're trained enough.
Okay.
I actually don't even think.
But when you
Remy's
said
that well
when you
trained.
said they don't get on the furniture, that indicates a well trained dog.
That does.
well, or just I don't know, or just someone who had rules as a puppy.
Well,
See,
compared,
Andy's dog gets on the
So
furniture.
they'll get confused if sometimes they can.
and I'm
It's
not
like
mad about it.
consistency though. Like
know.
if you say sometimes they can and sometimes they can't, they get confused. They
Yeah.
don't know the difference. So it's either like all or nothing.
But
usually.
I think the difference is like
Do you have a yard? You must have a yard,
It's a
right?
really tiny yard. We're getting some fake grass in it, so
Wait, your yard has no grass right now?
it has mud. From the
I
dog.
imagine that's worse.
Mud and mulch.
Oh,
Mud
okay,
and mulch. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
but
what the
we'll get
people
some-
in my you saw like I have a patio in my backyard, but the people who have dogs, they put in the fake and they put the pea gravel and there's a whole drainage.
Yeah,
So
it's actually really
engineering.
nice. If you can get the really nice grass that looks like real grass,
Mm-hmm.
it's beautiful.
My neighbor's got it
Thing.
right there.
Yeah, because
Check it out.
they basically tore up all the grass, so that's why it
and
needs
you,
some mud
and you
pit.
have to like put because it's drainage. You have to put like special gravel underneath it and
Yeah.
everything. It's like a whole thing. But I'm like that's pretty smart
Mm-hmm.
for the.
So Ben McMillan, Hilltop Packs asked, "What about interactions with other dogs on the trail?"
That was the other. That's actually what I was most worried about when you talk about animals. Is 'cause
Really?
you never know how the other dog is going
Okay,
to behave. Because
fair.
a lot of people, again, off leash, they're like, "Oh, you're a dog owner too," and let the dog run up to them. And most of the time, I would put Remy back on a leash whenever I saw another dog too.
This is crazy how good of content this is, and like you need to do this type of stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, like all the
I
questions.
feel like there's a lot of stuff out there already. So
Is there
No,
on
people-
like getting your
no.
dog ready to camp or backpack?
not at this level.
We'll see.
No, this is
You could have a whole
altitude
podcast
sickness,
on it.
exposure, meals.
Did you
injuries.
have any interactions with other dogs where you're like, oh,
No, because usually I'm like just to have good trail manners with the dog. I always step off trail. Like
Okay.
I'm the one who yields to
Yeah.
other
Okay.
hikers even when I see them coming or when
Okay.
they pass. So I usually will take Remy 6 feet up or wherever I can get off trail as much as possible, and let other people with dogs pass me.
okay, so you're a responsible dog owner.
Try to be.
Do you see a lot of irresponsible dog owners? Yeah. You can
And
call
those are
them
the
out.
ones where people rant about on trail. So I'm always trying to be
Yeah.
almost exact opposite.
Yeah.
So we can always still have our dogs
Be
on
a good
trail.
ambassador.
I think the biggest rant I see is off leash dogs.
Yeah. Because people don't know how to train them off
Right,
leash.
right.
They let them like go all around.
Just let him
and-
go.
yeah.
That's how our sister's dog is. He's a good dog. Or she's a good dog when she zips around. Good question, Ben. I meant to. And if you're in the, we should plug. If you're in the area of Hilltop Packs tomorrow, which is, I think was it Waynesburg?
Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
You can go talk Colorado Trail.
Go talk
Yeah.
Colorado Trail.
Or just dog talk or just
Bring your dog.
coffee talk.
Yeah.
Coffee talk. It's coffee talk.
Nice. You're just stalling until we have to eat this.
It's the green belly on the coffee talk.
Okay.
Coffee
Okay. At some point, and to complete the experience, I'm gonna make. We don't have to do this right now, but I'm gonna make Andy fill this up with sink water from my bathroom. Yeah, it's trail conditions.
No, that's better than trail.
It's trail
You're getting
conditions.
spoiled.
I mean,
Maybe
high
I can
clear
go out-
alpine
maybe you can go
water
puddle.
versus
go get my garden
mineralized with
hose.
chlorine of city water.
I can go get my garden hose. This has chicory in it.
Oh, I hate chicory.
Chicory root, it's the like natural sweetener. That's what they put in
Is that
dogs.
what it's there
yeah.
for? Yeah, okay.
It's for sweetness.
Rant time. I hate coffee with that. They
Chicory
use
root.
chicory.
It's the
That's
New
a
Orleans.
you go to New
Oh,
Orleans.
New
it's
Orleans.
The
disgusting.
Cafe Del Monde.
You know who does that? around
Get your
here?
crawfish.
You know who does that?
What?
What's that famous?
I don't think it's that bad,
Oh,
guys.
it's terrible.
It's weird.
Uh,
It's not sweet. Is that the point of it being in there?
no, Fox in the Snow. That's their coffee.
But they put chicory in it?
Yeah, and that's why everybody
It gives it a
complains about
chocolatey taste
No,
to
it
it,
does
too.
not.
It's supposed to.
Super
No, it
hipster.
does not give it a
Super
chocolate.
hipster.
If you look at the dog bars that are like chocolate bars, it has chicory,
Chicory?
in it usually. But
Is
it's
it
also a
chicory
fiber.
or chicory?
I say chicory.
I'm saying chicory. and I'm
Like
saying
chic,
chicory.
like-
you guys are, yeah.
Like chicory
It's a
chic.
CH. You guys are making me doubt my thing. When I saw that, I was like, oh, chicory.
Give me the shaker.
Okay, all right.
Just say it like Sean Connery and you won't even know what it is.
Okay, so did you look at the nutrition facts yet?
Not only is it sink water, it's bathroom sink water.
Oh, hey, tell you what though, we got
Can
good
we have those
water
little
here.
cups, too,
we got
that
good
we pour?
water. No, and a true story. You can go first, but we're all going to drink out of that same thing. But you go first. Okay. All right. So tell us. All right. You have a background in food.
In food, yes.
What do you think? First, I want to know what you think about the nutrition facts, and you can go into the ingredients.
Okay.
And no, it's a
400
meal.
calories.
It's a meal replacement.
Okay.
And wait, tell me what it is. Okay, sorry. All right. Okay. All right. So, like a long time ago, Green Belly. What?
I have a bag as well.
We have 2 bags of this?
Yes, and you emailed them again, and we're like, I never got the bag, and they sent it to me.
Oh shit! Oops. All right, I like Green Belly. They make good things.
I like Green Belly a lot.
They make good things. So, and I'll be honest. There are some times, even in non-backpacking and backpacking, where I would like to have a meal as a shake. There's some times where it's like it's just a more efficient system.
Yeah, I'm gonna get crap for
But
this.
it doesn't stay in your stomach, so you're not going to have that satiety feel as if you actually had.
She's
a good-
already shitting on it, and you haven't even opened it yet.
Like it fills you with calories, but
But what
it's
if
not
there's
going to
fat in there? There's
Yeah.
22 grams of fat. Wouldn't that make
the
me?
MC
And what
Maybe
about the
wouldn't that make me
protein?
full?
Isn't
Depends how good your liver is.
My
right?
liver's pretty not good.
But like, isn't the whole point of now?
Fat will have long-lasting energy, but it doesn't necessarily. It's the fiber, the right types of fiber that actually give you that fullness.
But what
feel.
about? And I have a background in nutrition.
You do?
What
She
about-
sounds a little bit
No,
more
but I'm gonna
educated
say
I
than
don't
in
have a
fact-
background in nutrition,
In
but
fact, the thing we say about fat is it delays gastric emptying, and that meaning it might hold stuff in your. But I don't.
in the wrong way.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I know. But okay, so what do you think? So it's a lot of calories, but it's a meal replacement.
It's a meal replacement. All right, we got 22 grams of fat,
It's a lot of fat.
26 grams of carbs.
It's a lot of carbs.
It's a lot of
That's
carbs.
How much
many
protein's
carbs.
in there?
Protein is 27, so that's like a good chicken breast, right? 27
Okay.
grams. So you could have a pouch of chicken or a glass of this
It's 2 heaping scoops.
heaping.
And I felt the scoop in the package. It's big.
Oh gosh, that means you're gonna
It's
be
a
like.
lot of powder.
Yeah.
What about
Yes.
what about the ingredients?
So we got grass-fed whey protein isolate. I think there's a typo in there. I don't think there's a double protein.
Oh, okay.
It's a typo. So that's good. Whey protein isolate's good.
Is that the good
It's a good
protein we want to do? Okay.
Yeah. And then hydrolyzed beef collagen.
It's collagen.
So what is that, like
good,
a
right?
binder, or like why do they have? Do you know why they put that in there?
They want you to have very plump lips.
It's for your skin. That's funny. That's funny.
And then pea protein, which is just the
So
subset for the
why?
protein, but
So
pea
why
protein
do
is
they put
disgusting.
two protein types in there?
Because does your
One
body?
pea protein's going to be cheaper.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Is that why?
But it tastes
or
more
is,
disgusting.
but is
Yeah,
there
it's like a
any-
filler
Do you
protein.
think?
But I mean, it's a pretty good
you
protein.
You
but,
got to put some more water in here. It's gonna be so strong.
but how do you get 2 heaping
Wait,
scoops
yeah,
in
wait,
there?
how,
You're gonna
wait,
need
how much
more.
does it say? Does it say how much water to mix with it?
It says not.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, you're right. No,
I think you're just
fuck
supposed to eat it dry, actually.
Fuck
It
it.
doesn't say anything about water. No, it says just pour 2 heaping scoops of mud meal into water. Shake or stir.
I had an immersion blender I almost brought down, but I was like, "This is the
Usually it's
so."
like 12 ounces, though, I would think.
I guess so. We got 12 ounces on the money.
Okay, we'll see if it actually blends
So
in.
I'm trying to simulate, and like if I was doing this on trail, would you bring one of these blender
No.
things with you?
No.
You just shake it.
Just shake
So
it.
should I take the blender thing out?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
It's gonna be bad. It's
gonna
gonna be
be
so clumpy.
trail
It's going to be
Conditions.
clumpy.
mean,
like, if it...
Okay, leave it in there. Leave it in there.
We do pride ourselves on trail condition simulation. though.
Okay.
Okay, take it out.
Should I take it out? But
Take
like
it out.
my point is, if I'm
it out.
no, but
See how much it
no.
clumps.
But if I'm eating this, I'm bringing this.
That's worth the wait.
This is worth the wait. So I'm leaving it in. I mean, if I was having one of these a day, this weighs nothing, and it collapses.
I wouldn't be taking this container.
No. But my Tokes mug has a lid on it, and you could. I've done protein things before. All right, let's do it. But I do want to shout out. They
Hey,
are
What's the weight for serving on that? Does it give it by any chance?
80
Somebody asked.
grams.
80
2
grams.
heaping scoops is 80 grams. So that's like less than
like
slightly
2
over
tables-
slightly over 4 ounces.
Usually
ounces
32 grams is like a
No,
tablespoon.
an ounce is 28 grams.
tablespoon.
So it's like 3 to 4 ounces. But true story. This is a good company.
Yeah, no, I actually really
And I
like
do
the
like
Green
their
Belly.
meal bars, and it's a good company. Now, I gotta say that before we like drink it and hate it. So
I'm not. It's gonna taste good.
we have to drink the whole thing.
No. You know what? I do need some carbs though for tomorrow.
We are running a half marathon tomorrow.
You need the protein.
All right, here we go. Do you want to look at the powder? Do you want to like
Do you want to smell
Let's
it?
wanna smell it.
Waft it?
Should,
I-
like
I
fine
fucked
wine.
up the opening of the bag.
Or it could just be sealed improperly, too.
Smell it.
Just
It smells
smell like
fine.
vanilla.
It's, yeah. It smells fine.
Probably smells sweet. vanilla.
It just
I
smells
smell
like protein powder.
cinnamony, which is probably
This is their vanilla original flavor. It's called mud meal. Okay. All right. Here we go. You want to smell it?
Oh yeah, there's cinnamon in it. That's why I smelled cinnamon.
Look at this.
So what did you think of the smell?
It's
Oh yeah,
It's
there's
not
definitely
like terrible.
Yeah.
It smells kind of like French toast.
Really?
yeah, it has the oatmeal in it, so it gives a sweet smell too.
It does smell pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can put in your oatmeal though.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, David Gray's in the chat.
David Gray's in the chat. All
Yeah,
right. Hey, we're talking about Bailey.
Hey.
Okay, I want you to see the scoop.
Okay.
I mean, a heaping scoop means it goes over the top, right? Like, okay, so like that. Oh, it's a big ass scoop. All right. One.
While you're doing that, have you watched
We have
David
to
Gray?
eat. Wait, should I mix up all? I guess. Fuck it. Who cares? All right. Sure. I thought about should we put some bourbon in there?
No.
No.
Trail
I mean,
conditions.
In trail conditions, there might be bourbon in there. All right,
There
dude,
might be a leftover
you got
Mountain House.
You gotta put that lid on there tight because I do not, and cap that. I do not want the mud water mixture going all over this and shake the shit out of that thing.
All right.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying? We spilled it.
No,
Everywhere.
I was just gonna say, have you watched David Gray's newest videos?
No, I haven't, and I saw he posted. And
Yeah.
you know his post. I know you're not on Facebook, but you know what his
No.
post was? It scared the shit out of me. He goes, "Jaden's last hike on backpacking," and I was like, "What?" I thought Jaden had passed. His dog had passed, but he was like, "No, he's just too old."
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, "You're killing me with that with that tagline." David, I was telling them the story about how Bailey woke me up in the middle of the night, and I thought it was a bear trying to eat me. Not even joking. All right. It's like a real mix. Yeah.
Shake weight.
Dude, I was in New York City
I
last
can go
weekend.
first.
Yeah, well, we're all gonna drink out of the same one, and like out of respect to you.
But
go
if we have
first.
straws, we can do it at the same time.
But like, we'll let you go first, and I want you to smell it, and then
All right.
I want like a mouth feel.
Mouthfeel.
Yep.
That's right. Texture.
Mouthfeel and a person.
Aftertaste. Yeah, that's when you
I
do
want
beverages.
to
you
know
take a mouthfeel.
if it's fully dissolved.
People do it with coffee. Mouthfeel. I'm like,
Yeah.
tastes like coffee. No.
I could go either way with that reaction. It's a very middle of the
It
road.
smells milky, so that's good.
Is it?
Is there milk in it?
It's not too foamy though, so that's good too. Yeah, there's whey powder.
Would it be
It's,
bad if it
Oh,
was
okay.
foamy?
That's just from the dairy.
It's got 165% of your vitamin C. It's not a terrible
It's
reaction.
not thick, but
Really?
see, you want to see how it sinks to the bottom too, because that means you're actually not getting all that stuff that you need, and just the
But
water.
you're-
Separation is really
I
big
was
with plant based.
I was expecting you to hate it.
Yeah, I've tasted worse.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good recommendation, Green Belly.
I've tasted worse.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I want to see how much is separated though out.
We'll let it sit for a little bit.
Yeah. Because
We-
usually
we
it's
need
going to be
tips it.
usually
It's
like
not
when you get
bad.
like almond stuff or you get like the
No.
plant-based stuff, it all sinks to the bottom.
I mean that's just as good as the protein
I
powder
tell
I
you
use
what.
right now.
I tell you what, some bourbon would be good in there.
What? That's
It
cinnamon?
really would.
Here we go.
Yes. Oh my god. Is it gonna like curdle? Oh god. Oh god. Yes. On this live stream, we were making alcoholic meal replacement shakes. Now he's shaking it real. That's not bad though. I don't know. I'd like to know how much this bag costs.
We can look
Because
it
this
up.
is so this is 15 servings. So 15 400 400
I
calorie
bet it's
more
around
meals.
$40. Did you look it up yet?
Really? That's expensive.
Yeah.
I guess and it's
Ooh,
But it's a full meal replacement.
that's an improvement.
so it's 2.6
There you go.
pounds. Give me that.
That's good.
We gotta
Got
run
a little
out.
aftertaste.
Oh, we got a dog question here.
Dude, that's not bad. You can feel
All right.
yeah.
All right, 1-year-old family or female shepherd.
That's not bad.
Alcoholic. So that's what we should do with Bryce.
Yeah, we should. If he's got a drink, we gotta throw calories at him. Watch, we'll drink this whole thing.
I know. I was just gonna say, I when I had dinner tonight,
How good would that be in oatmeal though?
that would be good.
Yeah, if you mix the powder into the oatmeal.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the Kodiak oatmeals have the
Yeah,
whey,
yeah.
whey protein in it, so.
So wait,
It's definitely getting thicker as I'm getting towards the bottom, right?
Because all the
Right?
stuff went to the bottom.
right. You gotta feel like you gotta think in these things like not everything's gonna dissolve, right?
It does, and only usually the whey will dissolve or any of
Oh,
the
so you're
dairy
saying
proteins.
most of things won't? Okay.
Like most, like the Sweet potato powder won't. Tapioca's
I didn't
good.
realize
Oat
there's
powder
sweet
won't.
potatoes in here.
Xylem husk won't. The pea protein won't either.
Okay, so it really is a suspension.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I should have expected that. Andy's still trying to get the price.
I can't find their actual website.
Did you Google Green Belly Mud Meal
Yeah.
and nothing came up?
Well, I mean, I want their actual
No.
website.
Yeah, it's one word. Okay, if you Google Green Belly Mud Meal and nothing comes up, their search
here it
engine
is.
optimization needs enhanced. It does.
That can't
Okay,
be right.
all right.
That can't
No,
be
that's right. But is it the right size? Is it the right size? What's the size? Yeah, so this is
15
$75
Okay.
for 15.
That seems like a lot.
Can you divide 75 by
That's
15?
on their website.
Yeah.
Do they sell it on Amazon? It's a lot of times.
Let's check.
I want to know price per meal. So this is a 400 calorie, like a beefy meal.
I was thinking at 15 at $3 a meal, which would usually be like if you got a canned or like
That'd be
one of those.
$65. So it's yeah, I want the exact numbers.
So they're charging $4.50 to $5 per meal.
Yeah, I guess in the grand
Oh
scheme.
wait, I can't believe I couldn't do that math. It's $5. It's 5 even. 75. Okay, so $5 a meal.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
That's not cheap though.
No, it's not.
You get pasta side for 80 cents.
Yeah.
But I do think there is utility and value in the
It's the nutrition stuff that you're getting.
the
out of it.
nutrition and like the volume savings. I mean, and the like this is easy. If like you could, here you go. There's 4 days on the CT. I mean, right?
Well, that's what I
15
did in the
meals.
morning because I wasn't eating, and I actually had Tailwinds electrolyte like morning stuff and like half of a protein bar. Someone said chug, chug, chug. By the way,
It's actually not bad.
do it.
But like, think about it. So like,
you should have been super chat.
this is the yeah. All right, 20. Okay, here we go.
Super
Yeah, $25. Andy will chug that whole thing. That's like 300 calories and like a shot of bourbon. But like, think about it. This is the most efficient way to eat, right? Like, so 15 meals.
But you'd have to-
I
let's say
mean, I wouldn't
you
say
have to
to
rinse
eat
this
to
out
get
with water.
calories.
correct
To get
to
calories.
survive.
Yeah.
So let's say 15 meals, 400 calories. Let's say you do 5 of these a day. That's only 2,000 calories a day, though.
No, you guys would need.
You do more than that.
Yeah, I needed 3,100 on like a 20-mile day. I want to say.
We need more than that.
Yeah, you guys would need clothes.
But
Then that becomes very expensive.
I
'cause
know,
you don't
but I
consume
am a
something.
fan of the concept of a meal replacement shake.
I think if you can't eat anything, they're really good.
It tastes
Okay.
good.
Because then you can just drink it.
Oh shit.
Yes, it's yes. You have to chug it. Here, chug and then I'll chug it. You do what you can and then I'll finish it.
It's
Thanks,
chalky.
Ben.
It is chalky.
It's because you're getting into the thick part. That's great. That did not take long for that $25 to show up.
I just had to say the
Who
word
was it?
super
Shout
chat.
out.
It was Ben.
Was it? Wait, was it Ben?
The bourbon in there.
Ooh,
It stings.
what can I
It
avoid?
It tastes
Constipation
like
at high altitudes.
Wait, what is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's a thing because if you eat a lot of dairy in your diet already, and suddenly you go on trail and you don't have any like fresh dairy, you
What
can
can
actually
I-
get really constipated.
But the question is, wait, what can I eat to avoid constipation at high altitude?
Fiber,
Fiber?
fiber,
Like the
Soluble
the thing,
fiber.
The thing
Is
that
it
the
too
old
much
people
fiber?
drink.
Yeah.
Prunes? Prune juice?
prunes, any of the dried fruits like apricots or apricots.
I don't know. It depends on.
All right, you gotta finish it. It's real chalky at the
Yeah,
bottom.
but yeah, any of the fibers would be good.
Carb loading, man.
No. The funny thing though is that when I ate dinner tonight, I specifically wanted more carbohydrates.
Yeah, you should be.
And I didn't have enough, and so I was
There
like,
you go.
I was-
You want another heaping scoop in there?
Not even with the water.
It's not bad though. It's not bad.
spiked. It's yeah.
It's a little chalky.
It tastes like a really weird White Russian. You know?
Yeah, that'd be better with vodka. You're right.
Yeah, like and like you do taste. You can
Oh.
see. You can like see the cinnamon. I feel like you do taste
Yeah.
the cinnamon. It kind of tastes like a French toasty. Like that might be the vibe
Like the
they're
bottom
going for.
of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
where-
yeah.
Okay.
With bourbon.
It's like
That's the newest
It's like
flavor
you know
for
how you
adults.
put bourbon in eggnog. We should tell them, be like, make a vanilla bourbon flavor.
Bourbon inspired Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, God. This is actually, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In that closet, there's probably like 30 other food items people have sent us. So
Oh no. Yeah.
doing
yeah.
it.
I'm just telling you, in terms of all that, this isn't that bad compared to some of the things we could have fed you.
You know, I was thinking about all the food that has been sent to us that I've got tons.
We need
of
to
it.
try it.
Yeah.
We have had a lot of food sent to us. Some of it has been incredible.
Yeah.
Very good. And like these very cottage vendors, like making these cool meals. But we have to try more of it.
So what's your food? What's your food
Yeah,
like on
great
trail?
segue.
Depends.
Because you're into food.
Yeah, I'm into food. I cook a bunch, and I try to make.
Do you dehydrate anything yourself?
No, that's sort of goal. I'd want to do that.
Okay.
But then I want to try your mom's goulash.
It's really good.
It's an Americanized goulash.
Okay.
I might have a bag of it in my freezer. I think. I don't know. It might be like 3 years old though.
It is tasty and sweet.
Yeah, but it's a lot of those meals. They're like 2 people meals. Even the peak refuel stuff that's supposed to be good, and I
definitely.
can't finish it. Like even
You
the
could-
one person
You
when I
could
usually
open
can't
it
finish.
and split it.
That's what I usually do. But then I
Okay.
have to make sure I can either eat it the entire weekend or I'm going backpacking the following weekend because then it starts to get moisture in it and then it doesn't.
Oh, there was a suggestion for constipation.
And dehydrated prunes.
Nope, packing Taco Bell.
No, yeah, that'll
I
work.
love Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's awesome.
I know. What's your taco or burrito of choice?
Well, we always get we call them in college circle guys, the Crunchwrap Supremes.
Yeah.
And all the
Crunchwrap
Dude, my
Supreme
wife and I
can't be
love it.
beat.
No. The cheesy gordita crunches. I'm a big fan of those. and
so
then
good.
they got rid of it, but they're bringing it back.
Mexi
The
Melts.
pizza.
No.
Wait. What were you going to say?
Mexi Melts. I love the Mexi
Mexi
Melts.
Melts?
Yeah. It was like beef cheese and a little bit of the tomatoes. It was amazing.
I like.
And the quesadillas are good. It's all good.
No,
Yeah.
you know, I will say this.
With the ranchero sauce.
the,
Fire sauce.
The just
Mexi Melt.
chili
you
cheese
ever had-
burrito supreme.
Those are
Yeah,
good. Burrito
those are good
Supreme's
too.
good.
God.
Have you guys had the Mexican pizza?
No.
They took it away, and it's like a big thing, and and also the nachos fries.
I want the potatoes back.
The
They
potatoes.
did used to have.
I don't like
potato
potatoes
burrito.
and like burritos.
It
Like
is-
even
I'm
breakfast
with you.
potatoes.
I'm with you on that. It's very heavy.
I like
Yeah.
it.
That's funny. A great
That's-
suggestion
I know.
to relieve constipation.
I've actually
Crunch
taken
Wrap.
Taco
That
Bell
was-
with me on like
yeah.
a
We have
Friday night.
We have two.
Like,
And we were talking about food, but like all our overnights now,
Oh, that was Christian
we
Paul
take like
photography.
real. We take like what? Who?
Christian Paul photography mentioned Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite meal to bring?
I made this chicken and dumplings like from scratch.
Oh, nice.
'Cause I know you guys like your mountain house. Like, what do you like?
We
Maybe
like
the
a
chicken
lot
and
of
It
it.
is chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, but I figured out a way to make it for like $2 just
So,
using the
With
powder.
the dumplings?
Homemade dumplings.
Do you take the dumpling? You don't dehydrate the dumplings, correct?
It's the
Okay.
powdered mix like a Pillsbury
So-
or Jiffy. Jiffy.
So then
Oh,
you,
okay.
do you mix the batter and then drop it in?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you can just get a little Ziploc bag. You add like a tablespoon of water. You just knead it in there, and you take your spoon and you go, shoop, you drop all the fresh dumplings in.
So
it.
d-
I
okay.
ate it for breakfast because it was so good.
That's pretty good.
Isn't this? Do you? I mean, everybody has their own opinion, but I feel like this is a lot of work on the trail.
Not any more than, I mean, especially in Colorado at the higher elevations, the dehydrated food doesn't cook as much.
Yeah,
so
right,
it usually
right,
ends
right.
up getting cold or not cooked all the way. But yeah, instead of waiting like 28 to 30 minutes, it takes like 6 minutes to make this meal.
So if it was the end of the world, okay. So it's the end of the world. You're walking some back roads. You got your 44 Magnum and your dog.
We haven't even talked about guns yet.
I know. You got your 44, your dog, and you come across a cache of Mountain House, and you have to choose either biscuits and gravy or breakfast scramble. What are you choosing?
Oh, probably biscuits and gravy. The breakfast.
Yes, you are.
Their eggs are awful. The
Every
good one is
time.
Next Mile Meals. Makes really
Never
good.
heard of that.
Yeah, they're out of northern
Next
Northern
Mile.
California. They're PC tiers, but they
Okay.
small mom and pop. They gotten bigger, but they make keto friendly stuff. So usually, what I'll do is get their like beef taco one, and I'll bring little keto friendly tortillas.
Okay.
And I put it in there, but they have really good stuff. They have really good Denver omelet and eggs that they do.
What did you consume the most of during your CT trip? Like, what singular food thing did you eat the most of?
Gummy bears.
Okay, that's fair.
I feel like that's not very keto.
No, she didn't say she was keto.
I was a
know,
keto.
I know.
I actually couldn't. Like it would just. I wouldn't be able to keep up with the calorie count.
Okay. What about like for a dinner?
I switched between I didn't do dehydrated chicken, and I did the
Okay.
tuna packets and chicken and tuna and like the barbecue pork from
Okay.
Walmart. You can get all of them.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
actually would rotate days so I wouldn't get sick of any of them.
Okay.
But I did this. There's this lemon dill tuna, and I had these roasted red pepper like crunchy things that I put on it in a wrap. It was really good. Good it at the end of the day.
That does sound
Or
pretty good.
buffalo sauce with the chicken, buffalo chicken wrap with a little ranch on it.
What was the longest stretch you did in one go?
It was
I meant to ask you that.
5.5 days, I think.
How many miles?
Probably close to 100.
Oh
Wow.
shit. Okay.
Wow.
That's like a real
That's a
trip.
lot of food. That's a lot
Yeah.
of food weight.
Yeah.
Especially she's got 5 pounds a day.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And like
You need that Gregory pack.
Yep. But the thing is, like, a lot of all the ultralight ones can't carry the weight.
That's
And
a good
even when
point.
I had my Gregory pack was a pound heavier than my ultralight one, but it could carry 40 pounds instead of 30. I definitely went over the weight limit on mine, and I thought it was going to tear at some
well,
point.
I meant to. What was your pack weight at the heaviest? Did you ever like
58 pounds.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Even
I'm
like our
strong.
7-day
58.
So when you guys are whining about a 30-pound pack,
I know.
And you're
I'm
like, you're not big. You're not a big person.
about 5'2". Almost. I'm between 5'1" and 5'2" on my good
That's
days.
huge.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So you were carrying at the heaviest 58 pounds, and you're doing like 20s.
Damn.
Way better. I mean, geez.
Were you just like, we're
When we're
"God,
in here,
this
we're sitting here
sucks."
complaining.
I mean, the heaviest pack I've had in the last 5 years with camera gear, everything was 37 pounds, maybe.
Yeah.
This is 20 pounds more than that.
Yeah, I was thinking we were complaining like a 7-day Colorado trip carrying the food weight.
I mean, that had to have sucked, though.
It was fine. I like to work out, so I was strength training beforehand.
You were
Yeah.
ready for it.
I just kept going. And I was a slower hiker, but I just like hiked longer.
Yeah.
I'd get up and start hiking 6:30 to 7, and then end an hour before sunset so I could get to camping.
Was that your schedule?
So I would punt like
It's like 12 hours.
I knew my
effectively?
miles per hour, and then knew my miles per hour with elevation, and then with my handy Garmin, I'd be like, okay, I have 12 hours
What
to do
Garmin?
this.
What Garmin are you using?
It's the Phoenix
Nice.
S, Phoenix 6S, the small one.
Nice.
But yeah, so I'd try to, the night before, I'd always like saying, how long can I go? Where's my next water stop? Because with the dog too, you get constantly
Yeah,
looking
I
at the
figured that's
water.
another thing, right? Do they drink more than us?
Not
did you have to
necessarily,
worry
but
about
you
water
have to
more?
make sure that they are drinking because they won't chug and they won't tell you when they're dehydrated. So you do have to make sure that they're constantly drinking water. So I would stop for Remy, and I also carried the water bladder for that reason, to be able to stop. And get
I did.
water.
I watched one of your videos about like some items that people hate on that you like, and one of them was the water bottle.
It's all the ones that you guys tell people
I
not
know.
to actually
It's
do.
funny, but with the dog, first off, with the dog, that makes total sense. And second off, you haven't had a water bladder pop on you in the winter.
Well, here's my,
I've had a water bladder leak when I didn't put the cap on all the way.
Well, yeah, but in the winter, have one pop on you in
Yeah.
sub 30 degrees.
I
and
usually
there's,
don't bring it in the winter because it will freeze up on you
That's true.
anyway. So
the problem that I had.
I liked how you did in that video though. You had the jet boil, and I like the jet boil.
I like jet boil.
We don't have one, but David always brings one, or
we always-
Travis does,
We're like,
and everyone's using the jet boil.
everyone hates on it, but everyone uses it.
Everyone's using it.
Yeah, we're like, hey, is the jet boil free right now?
No, I remember that video. I agree with most of what you. I was like, we don't do bladders anymore, but I had one. It was like 35 degrees. It was late November, and I had one pop, and I had it at the top of my pack, and everything got wet.
See, and then
And I was like, never again.
the thing that sucks about bladders is if you put them inside your pack, then to refill them, you got to take apart.
Yeah,
the pack.
that too.
Not anymore. They've got the little things. That's in
Wait,
the
what?
video. Yeah, so you can swap out the little connections, and there's a quick connection outside your pack.
Oh,
Does
you can fill it
Camelback
that way.
pay you
No,
to spread this propaganda?
I just think about this stuff.
That's pretty. That is pretty. I mean, it was like that was a good thing that they figured out. Like
Yeah,
that's a pain in the
because
ass.
I wouldn't even have to. And then I carried a water pump for half the trail before I blew out the back pressure hose. But the water pumps are nice. I know they're heavy.
Like the Hiker Pro?
Yeah,
we
because like a
those.
lot of times
Yeah.
on the Colorado Trail, you will have really
Yeah, you
crappy
gotta,
water.
like-
You can't do it, or like I could just go off a bridge and not have to almost
Right.
fall
That's
into
nice.
the river, and I
Yeah.
could just unplug it here.
I'm
or,
seeing why the
snap it
pack
here.
was 58 pounds now.
Yeah.
I forgot you
But-
do carry like one of those.
But Remy carries that actually.
Okay. And I was watching one of your videos where you were down a filter or two.
Yeah, I blew out the back pressure hose on the Hiker Pros, but I had to carry it for 4 more
That
segments.
sucks.
And I had my Be Free. I also had Aquamirror tabs. I have
Wow.
backup to the backup
That's
for the
smart.
water.
No,
'cause
that's
of the
smart.
dog.
I would. I absolutely would.
But my Be Free was on its last leg, but I had to fill up. And when it's on its last leg, it's so slow, but I would have to fill up 3 liters at a time and just be sitting there like squeezing it out. And then in Crete, I got a new one. And then it was fine. But that's when I actually had to take my bladder out. And
Did you
fill
use the
everything.
Aquamirror at all? I never have. He
That's like
has.
as a last resort that I
We don't even carry
use
it
for.
anymore.
Yeah,
I always carry like 2 tabs.
Yeah,
just in case.
I used to carry a few emergency tabs. It's not terrible. I've used it.
Just tastes like chlorine.
Yeah,
I never
But
use
it
it
doesn't filter anything.
just because we always
the particulates.
we always have multiple people and multiple filters, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't have to worry about it.
There was a request to talk about guns.
Oh,
Oh, well, this leads into
there's
this.
always one person on here. Who is
Yeah.
it? Who is it?
I wanted you mentioned this Alaska thing.
Yeah,
that you're
tell us
doing,
about your
and
big
that's
trip.
a good segue.
Yeah.
And we can include future backpacking plans as well in this conversation.
Okay.
What's this Alaska thing?
So, like last year, even after or before I even did the second half of the CT, I was like, okay, what I'm going to do next year already.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got it.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
it. I need to go. And I'm like, why don't? Because you guys, I think it was when you guys were talking about Denali. It was after one of your podcasts, probably.
So we inspired you to go to Alaska.
Yeah.
Love it.
Total inspiration.
It was
here.
us.
Love it. We'll take all the credit.
Because someone, and it was the one where you called a guy
Yeah.
about Denali, I think, or or
Yeah.
your last live call-in
I don't know.
show.
Yeah.
I know we're due for another one of those.
But I was like, okay, I think I'm going to do it like a road trip, but wanted to do more overlanding stuff because I have my Jeep.
Okay.
And then, so I'm like, okay, I think I can do that and try to take off work in between. So that was sort of like, I'm going to be the road to Denali, girl plus dog. And so I'm going to head out from Chicago, but drive through Badlands, South Dakota, up to Yellowstone, base camp in Spokane so I can check in with work, not take as much PTO off.
That's my next question, but I will ask at the end.
Yeah, like 3 to 4 days over the weekend or some PTO, then base camp it, work remote for a couple days, and then go out to see my best girlfriend from college, Western Seattle, go up through Vancouver. I have college friends up in Vancouver, British Columbia, and then all the way up to Denali, back down through Calgary, go visit Glacier. Oh, I'm going to go to Juneau, so I'm going to take the ferry from Haines too,
Okay.
the dog, and then come back to Chicago.
Okay. So first,
It's like
how
8,000 miles on that one.
that was my first question, but how long just to get there? How long is this?
I think I penciled it. If I drove like 8 hours a day, because that includes stops.
Yeah.
See sites. 8 hours a day. It takes about 21 days.
Oh my gosh.
That's just to get there.
Oh no, sorry, it'll half that.
Okay.
So but the whole thing's
yeah.
21
I was,
days.
I was
21
like,
days.
oh my gosh.
So are
21
you?
days.
How? I mean, you're a working person like us.
Yeah.
Like, are you just burning all your vacation doing this?
I'm only taking 8 days PTO.
to do the whole thing.
So I planned it so I could drive on the weekends, actually miss the crowds, do most of the driving, and then do more of the national parks and where I stop Monday, Tuesday, check in for work for like 2 to 3-ish days, and then go again. So.
Do you have a remote flexible way to work? Obviously.
Yeah.
Is that a result of COVID or like is that
Yes.
okay?
And I told my boss too beforehand. I'm like, hey, I think I can make this work. Are you okay with it? So just prepping her for that.
My company just recently went to unlimited PTO.
Yeah. That was my previous company.
Unlimited.
You actually end up taking less PTO than if you had 6 or 7 weeks.
Be damned. First off, no one's getting 6 or 7 weeks of vacation.
Yeah, I did at my previous company.
Really?
They started at 6 weeks.
Started at 6 weeks.
Maternity leave is 6 months. Paternity leave is 3 months. But not my new company.
My
doesn't
wife's
do that.
maternity leave was 21 weeks, which was about that. But no, I feel like when you get offered 4, that's good, you know? But I'm going to try and take more. But it'd be easier to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, hey, boss, I'm going to go to the West Coast for a month effectively. And are you going to do any backpacking when you're there?
Maybe.
And you guys were talking, do you have to carry a gun?
Well, I was thinking about it because of the grizzlies. People
But
are
you
like,
don't
"What are
you don't
gonna
have
do?"
to,
I don't
right?
have
No.
to.
But you
But it's possible since I'll be driving and I have a trailer that it's not going to matter for the weight.
correct.
But I don't think it'll be more. I was thinking between a.
Like you're going to hike on this trip,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
and stuff. So like, I mean, it's
I
not
probably wouldn't for hiking, but it's more like at camp or. If
but
I'm
are you planning on backpacking at all during this?
Just depends.
I mean, it feels like a missed opportunity if you don't.
Yeah.
Depends if dogs are allowed on trails because in the national parks they aren't allowed
Well,
on trails. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But not. I mean, I feel like there should be way more places to go outside of national parks.
Yeah, I mean the national forest. I
Yeah.
would.
That's a
but I'll
good,
just do more dispersed camping, I think, and maybe hike around versus actual like longer hikes on it because I just won't have time.
So I think we've come to the conclusion that if you want to defend yourself from a grizzly,
You're not using a 380.
not using a 380.
44 Magnum, big
But
dirty,
that's what you would
dirty
carry.
Harry.
But if you like had a car, what's you
do-
could carry something bigger.
Have you heard of the Mossberg Shockwave?
No.
Because that's the gun Andy and I had on.
It's questionable about the legalities.
It's true. It's true. No, our joke is like, what what gun that's not a pistol would we backpack with?
Oh.
And that's this gun. It's like a pound. It's a sawed-off shotgun.
No, it's not.
It's like a legal.
Would you have a strap then?
No.
I don't know. We would never actually
Like you carry
take
like a
this.
guitar.
Yeah.
Or
We
do
would
your
never.
chest?
We would never actually do it, but like canoe camping, and that's
Oh,
something
yeah,
I want.
yeah.
To, have you ever done any of like that sort of stuff?
I'm like afraid of water.
Really?
Yeah, submerged. I like a good pontoon.
That's the shockwave.
Well, you're not swimming when you
Okay.
canoe camp. Yeah, it's a little guy, and it's got a little like pistol, not a pistol grip, but it's got a little like thing, and it weighs like a pound.
Do you have to
It's
like
a
charge
12
it every
gauge.
time you shoot
Yeah, it's
though?
a 12
Yeah, it's a
gauge.
pump.
Oh, okay.
See, like this will be us. Haycock 45.
One in each hand. You guys would be like shooting way out to the side.
There's a bear somewhere.
But you make the sound.
I forgot you're driving, so weight's not really.
Yeah,
like
weight's not really a thing. It's mostly for at night, obviously.
Do you think like I always feel like when you're car camping, which you're going to be
Yeah.
during this, I feel like that's a much higher risk of encountering bear car camping than backpacking.
Because you have much more concentration
yeah,
of smells.
and you got trash. Yeah,
Yeah, even when I'm on trail, I'll actually stick Remy's food and my food in different directions.
Oh.
Just to like screw up.
Do you hang 'em?
I have an Ursack,
Okay.
so I hang it off the ground from
Do
rodents.
you have 2 Ursacks?
I just have one.
Okay.
That's why Remy's food is not in the Ursack.
Oh, okay.
And then I consolidate it as I
see,
get
I
down.
see.
But like when we have 5 days, I have to carry 2 food
I
bags. so-
see. Okay. Have you done a bear canister ever?
Yes.
Oh. Do you have to on the CT?
No.
Okay.
But sometimes it's easier, especially when it rains a lot. And then obviously, because you can't, it's hard to hang things properly. So you might as well not really hang them.
Yeah.
But I also try not to camp in the big group camps or with other people. Because again, concentration of smells.
Yeah. I think that's
Some people
like
love
the big
group
thing.
camping, but I kind of hate it.
We were forced to
Yeah.
last year.
In certain national parks, if you backpack there, you have to stay at like the group
Yeah.
areas.
But
these
they
are-
always have
they
bear like lockers. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But then I have to worry about if I am not able to bury Remy's poo. Like I have to carry that with me too. So, that's like in a separate bag somewhere else.
That's a
didn't
good
think about
question.
that.
That was coming up here. So do you bury it?
I try to bury most of it, but in Colorado sometimes it's just too rocky to
Yeah.
bury it. But yeah, we try to bury most
Then
of
you
it.
just
then
like
you got
kick
Or
it
if he was
then
like
you got-
down a hill down there, sometimes you
Just like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You
I
can't-
know.
you
That's
can't get
fine.
it down
It's
there.
fine.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'd probably die if I went down there.
Yeah.
So you got some suggestions here. You got a Smith and Wesson 500.
Oh, I was like, on what? I was like, oh, guns. All right.
Yeah, you got a P365. That's a 9mm.
Yeah, that
Then-
one's really small. I mean, it's light.
Yeah,
I already have a Glock 43.
This is a gun channel now.
What do you have, a Glock? What
A 43.
is that?
That's my small carry.
Wait, is that
Is that 380 or 9?
It's 9.
Okay, that's what you have.
It's the same gun.
Did you get the extended magazine for it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm not
You need
like,
to
I'm not like, I never care. I don't.
It's
like,
a nice little guy.
well, they don't
We
you don't
got-
have to embarrass, you don't have to embarrass me.
Hey, we got constitutional.
Yeah, we have constant care now. I never strap up. So it's funny. It's like I've never carried a gun with me ever. And he had his CCW. You know, he's always like, "You CCW?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm always just too lazy. And then like 3 weeks ago, good old DeWine's like, "You don't need a permit to do that anymore." And I was like, "Oh, I can just take it out. I don't know, take it out with me." Yeah, but it is a nice. It's a little guy. Mm-hmm. It doesn't
Nice
weigh
good
that
one.
much.
It doesn't. It holds like for my. I have smaller
Would you take
hands.
it backpacking?
I've taken it back.
Okay. It's a good. I feel like because of the size, it's like a good, like, you know.
It's a good. It's. I forget how many pounds. I think like 3 pounds.
Oh shoot! Josh said it hasn't gone into effect yet.
Oh, no!
I think you can open carry anyways here.
You can
You
open
You
it,
can open carry. You
Yeah,
just
you
can't conceal
can.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
but you just have yeah.
When is it? It's fine. I haven't done anything illegal. It's never left the house.
Josh Turner, 43X. Is that the one with the?
That's the
Sideline.
longer
43X.
one. It's
Yeah,
the
I-
extended one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
have an
don't.
extended
I don't
one.
have the
Okay.
43 or the. I don't have the X variant.
I have the 42.
44?
The 380.
It's either the
I
44
have
or
the
the 42.
380. It's the 380. That
They have
if
19 too. That's my other one.
the 19.
My home base.
Oh, my home base is 17.
I don't know.
Mine in Grizzly Country is only effective for killing myself while I'm eating.
While you're being eaten by the bear.
Have you ever backpacking? Like, have you ever been in a situation where like, I'm glad I have this?
More actually at the trailheads
Okay.
versus when I'm actually hiking out.
And this brings.
That's why I don't like to go to a lot of the crowded campsites
This,
or the cottage
this brings
trails.
up another thing.
Hold on. I think there's some misinformation in the chat actually. So Sean R says you'll be denied entry at the border if you have it. I don't think that's true.
If you have it or if you don't have it.
You can get a permit to transit.
Yeah.
But you have to apply for it before you go and declare all your. If you actually clearly show, like if you have a hotel reservation in Alaska and you're coming at the border for Vancouver, you can get a permit to transit. But there's certain guns that are allowed and not allowed, so I have to read in that in specific.
This is coming from Canada into Alaska?
Because you have to cross. Yeah, because you have to go U.S. border through Canada, Vancouver to U.S. border.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Starting June 13. So we should have a party.
We're going to a live stream around with concealed weapons. No, this brings up another point that, like, as a woman, do you feel like I would be scared shitless if I was a 5'2" woman?
Scott Foster on. I had a good question.
I'm a 6.
What was it?
What was it?
No. I was gonna have him play like a game that was like a short Asian woman versus tall white dude or something like that, and ask because he's only the one that asks questions about those like random questions.
Well, no, I think like I take for granted the fact that like we're bigger humans. You're a smaller human. Let's take the fact that you're a woman out of it. Let's say you're
physically
you're
smaller.
much smaller than us. Like, do you ever like does that motivate you to like bring firearms, or like do you think about that, or is like if you were our size it wouldn't be a thing? Or is it not about that?
It's not about. I think it's just safety in general.
Okay.
Or if I didn't have Remy with me. The fact that I have Remy
that was
with
another thing
me,
I meant to ask
feel
you,
a little
like-
bit more comfortable.
Like does that, I'm assuming that bolsters your like I got a better defensive situation because I have a dog. I mean, I didn't realize he was almost 80 pounds. So it's like, and like would he just like fuck somebody up?
That's a hard part because he's super friendly. He loves people more than other dogs, but he loves people, and so I never really know. But I think he would. Like if he
You
felt,
gotta think if
I felt threatened,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Has he ever showed like aggression towards another person?
Not another person,
But just a dog.
A dog, yeah.
Okay. So you got the dog. I mean, don't fuck with you.
Yeah. I'll just throw my pack at you.
That's true. You're a 60-pound bag. Yeah. I forgot about that. That's amazing. I mean, even like the heaviest packs we ever had were maybe 50 pounds. Right?
I feel like you don't. If you have a good pack, you don't feel the weight as much.
I don't know if I agree with
like,
that.
once I got close, I was like,
point.
once I got close to 50, like anything between even like 30 to 50, it just felt like a pack on me. The way it carried, like the good packs can.
But
that's a good point.
No.
It's like 50
You guys
pounds
should do.
is
I'll
50
wear a pack.
pounds.
You start putting weight in it. I'll
No.
tell you what I feel.
No, I bet if you had an ultralight pack that fits you correctly, and you had like,
We'll find that one first.
and you had, get rid of your stupid jet boil.
I didn't carry those.
hate the jet boil.
I know. I'm joking here. We have. I love it when we go on trips with David and Travis because they bring a jet boil.
Everyone
and we can
uses
mooch off
it.
them. But
So easy.
no, I guarantee you would notice a difference between 50 and like 25.
Oh yeah, you would.
Yeah,
would.
I mean, at 20
Absolutely
pounds,
would.
I can definitely tell for sure. But I don't know. Once you get the hip belt on, you've got. For me, it's a frame, and it just carries.
But like we've got frame packs that.
Well, the ULA one is frame too.
You
frame,
should,
but it's not really frame.
You know, don't give up yet.
What if you could
I know,
like, like some
I'm
of
willing
these
to try.
cottage vendors, you could like send them your measurements, and they could probably like make something.
Well, I think what Devin's on,
what
and
about-
Waymark Gear doesn't make one for my hip size either.
What about
They just go down to
a child size pack? And I'm not really joking.
Yeah, I think the straps usually are
Oh,
weird. Then,
yeah, you're
so you have
right.
to think about that.
Okay.
And then where the padding on the strap is, because a
That's
lot of
true.
the straps are the same, so the padding comes under here and chafes me there, so it has to like end here.
But you're saying Waymark gear might be.
Well, I was gonna try Waymarks, but they only go to 27 in the waist, and I need down to a 20.
You're going to be at a pack manufacturer's.
I
tomorrow.
know,
That was
So-
kind
I
of
was
where I
gonna
was
look at
going
some.
with this.
Yeah, try
but
on
they
some
also
stuff.
only have a small too.
Yeah,
But I'm sure Ben could probably fix that.
yeah.
I feel like if you could just like send your measurements to and be like, what can you get? Can you get me close? Like what? You know, I like you're probably not the only person.
But it's a really good point, though. I mean, if you're going to get an ultralight pack to carry all that weight, it's got to be pretty
Yeah, the dog.
technical.
Yeah. The fact that you have to carry
Yeah.
an extra 10 pounds, and
10 to 15.
10 to 15, then another person. That's
Well, and I also have to usually have a 2-person tent for sure. Like I can't do a
Right.
1-person tent.
What's
I
your-
saw the
what's your
Nemo.
tent?
Oh, it's the Nemo.
It's the Nemo Dragonfly.
I watched that video because I like Nemo.
I might be giving away a free one for hitting 1,000 subs.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
You've already
Wait, how
hit.
many
Yeah,
su-
you've
how
already
many
hit
subs
1,000
do you have?
subs.
Like 1,020.
So where's the giveaway?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. Should I do one or is it a little overrated for
So-
giveaways?
we did a giveaway at 500 subs.
Did you?
But this was in 2017.
Okay.
When having 500 subs was a big
So,
deal.
so Mad Hippies said, "Just accept it, guys. She's one tough hiker." It's like,
I accept that.
we accepted that a long time ago.
Clearly tougher than us.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Are there any comments you want to pay attention to?
I hike with the Keltec PMR R30. Weighs
30
right?
rounds. Oh,
That's
I
a
don't think I
gun,
can
right?
carry
22
30
ounces
rounds
loaded
though.
with 32, but of 22 mag.
Oh.
Nice knowing that all the rounds kick off, but I'm also not in Grizzly. Yeah, you're not. I don't know. You're gonna have to pepper our Grizzly with 22 mag.
That's like, wait, is that 22? Like
I think it's longer.
It's a long one. It's
Yeah.
long, skinny.
okay, so
Yeah.
22 mag.
I
is
think
different
I
than,
think
like,
you know more
22.
about guns than we do.
You know a lot about firearms.
You might.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
You know some.
you live in the worst possible place for firearms.
I know.
too.
I know
That's why that's why I can't carry 30 mag.
Good call. I forgot. That's really funny. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, we can transition away from firearms.
No, that's going road tripping it to Alaska.
That's pretty sweet.
21 days.
What about backpacking trips for this year?
Yeah.
So let's assume that's not going to be a backpacking trip. Maybe a few days here or there.
You know what you should do while you're there? you should go fishing.
yeah.
Well, it's going to be salmon season. That's why I want to hit it because I'm going to go in June. I used to buy fish too, so I used to be out on the salmon boats during salmon season. It was pretty fun.
Wait, what?
What? Wait, what?
You're on the salmon boats?
Yeah.
Where?
Up in Alaska. Not Alaska, sorry. Like British Columbia to Alaska, they have all the salmon season in June. But
So
yeah,
you
it's
would go out on these boats? Were
I've-
you were you
I've been
were you
salmon
a,
fishing
were you
in
a
BC.
purchaser
fun. I was in purchasing, yes.
for like a company? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'd go out and be like, we want
Yeah.
5,000 of these things.
No, you just go out from a sorting perspective to see how they actually catch the fish and kind of get a tour of
Did
where
you
the
get
fish
to
are
go
coming
fishing?
from. Well, I didn't actually fish because they're big.
Did you get to like
I don't
at
know,
least
boats.
eat really fresh salmon?
Yes, fresh seafood, fresh salmon, fresh halibut. It's so good. Then in Thailand, you go on the tuna vessels.
Is that where they get like bluefin tuna out there?
Oh, not bluefin tuna.
Bluefin's
What?
yeah,
It's
our
bad.
East Coast.
Bluefin's bad?
Bluefin's bad. It's on the red endangered list.
So what tuna, what
Usually
all,
like
yellow
a lot
fin?
of
Is that a thing? I don't know anything. I don't know
skip
anything.
back, skip back to the
All right.
small ones.
Just tell us what to eat.
Albacore.
All right. I don't know. Just say.
Is this in Thailand? Is
Yeah,
it the
in
tuna
Thailand.
boats?
Tuna, like a lot of tuna comes from Thailand.
I
Like
didn't know
almost all
that.
the stuff that you get in the cans will come from.
Here's a
Thailand.
good question. What this is nothing to do with bagging, but like what's a food myth that you can bust for us right now? You seem to know, you know a lot about the manufacturing and production of food. Like what am I eating that I shouldn't be eating?
That's all about balance, but
Or what am I
I'm-
not eating that I should be eating?
Or the sort of the greenwashing that's done. A lot of the stuff on plant-based being healthier and more sustainable. You gotta look into some of the details of that stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So should I not be eating plants?
Well, you can eat plants, but why don't you just eat vegetables instead of a burger that looks like?
Oh, no. You're preaching to the choir on that.
Yeah, that one I'm like, this has 10 ingredients instead
Yeah.
of beef.
No. I you don't have to sell
It
me
tastes
on
like
that.
I'm like, it does not.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting myth. Like people think that Beyond Meat is healthier, and that's
And it
it's
has
fair to
it has
challenge
starches.
that.
I mean, if it's a peripheral, and what the problem with marketing that is that they're trying to get meat consumers to move over to plant-based, and that's never going to happen.
Well, I think.
But it's if you're a plant-based consumer
Right.
already or a vegan, it's fine. But most of the vegans, they don't care if it tastes like a burger.
Well, so I don't
I
know.
know
Because I love
I
lactate
know
burgers.
exactly what you mean.
But I'm not
You're
eating
not
it because it's
expecting it to be
plant-based
a-
and healthy, but it
yeah.
tastes good.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't know.
I mean, you have a lot of knowledge here. I,
Trying to tap me.
I wasn't eating Beyond. We weren't eating Beyond Meat, so you don't have to sell me on that one.
No, but I think the point of it is for people who are
It's the one.
vegetarian to get a little bit of the old country.
I liked her point with like the vegans don't care because they know there's stuff they eat tastes like shit anyway.
If you're like mad hippies are vegetarians too, and like they're just gonna eat.
But I think people make a choice to be like vegans or vegetarians based on like they don't want to support like a bad industry, like their personal beliefs. So they're like, I still like the taste of meat, but I don't want to support that.
Yeah.
And so then they're like beyond.
What's the best like food industry that like does it right? From like a sourcing, like a sustainability, is there any like anyone?
Everyone. The thing is, it's all about balance now, especially with sustainability. There's not one right or wrong answer to anything, even like plastics versus glass, because people are like, oh, glass is more sustainable, but most of the U.S. doesn't have the infrastructure to recycle glass, so it ends up going to a landfill, never decomposing, right? I
hear that.
In plastics, there's a lot they can do from a recyclability standpoint, and even when you're saying, oh, virgin plastics or virgin paper and stuff, you can actually, if your sustainability policies is on water and water conservation, it takes a lot more water and everything to convert some of that stuff versus if you actually used recycled, or stuff even with recycled, you actually are using more energy than what you would do to actually carry your raw product. So there's a lot of balancing when it comes to sustainability and the actual solutions.
So Richard Bannister says, what about lab-grown meat? What about lab-grown meat?
They've been doing lab-grown meat for about 7 years now.
It's got to be so expensive.
It is expensive. That's why it's scalability right now at this point in time. But I think if you're a company who's looking at lab-grown meat not to sell to fancy rich people as a replacement for meat, but actually to provide protein for under or economically disadvantaged countries, right, as a source of protein, then I think that's okay. If you're trying to feed the rest of the world, right?
But isn't it cheaper to just give them cows? Right?
Not necessarily. You might not.
Really?
Chickens?
That's true, I guess.
But you have to feed them, so it's going to cost them more, right? Instead of providing. So it just...
What's the most sustainable protein source? Ethically sustainable protein source?
That's
Would it be eggs?
Heavy question.
Would it be eggs?
Eggs is pretty good.
Eggs are pretty good.
Yeah, especially your per dollar per pound per protein, the health benefits from eggs. There's actually a company out of India who's doing like 2 eggs per day as far as the protein ratio and giving eggs away for free.
Really?
Because it's beneficial and it's not as cyclical as a lot of the animal cycles you see out there.
Okay. That makes sense. We got to get a better dehydrated egg situation though.
Yeah.
We have
not dehydrated. You gotta go freeze dried.
Freeze dried.
No, I have a good brand. It's Ova Easy.
Ova Easy?
Did you try that yet?
No.
It's the best. I made a video on it. You can get it from Amazon, but it's the only one. I did one Ova Easy and then I did the powdered eggs. I think you guys had them too. And I tasted both of them. I was like,
some of the powdered eggs are real
These ones are the truest tasting scrambled eggs that I've ever made from powder.
Egg crystals.
I have yet. Maybe
you should
this
try
is
it. And
one.
you can make them. Hey, you guys can put water in a Ziploc bag and put it in boiling water.
Great
and you make
name.
an omelet.
Ova Easy, by the way. Yeah. Great name. Because it's got the Ova, the egg connection, and like Over Easy.
Yeah.
But I have yet to have like a backpacking eggs that tasted even remotely.
I bet I could make you a scramble and you would not even notice
like with
the difference.
these.
Mm-hmm.
God, really?
We should have done the challenge.
We should have done that right now. I've got some freeze-dried eggs in there. I'm sure I do.
Gotta get the Ova Easies.
Oh, here's a good one. Christian Paul Photography says crickets.
Yeah, they actually finally scaled. Are they black crickets out of Africa? They scaled that. They've been working on it since the early 90s.
Sustainable protein.
And then you have to get FDA approval, which can take another 15 to 20 years.
Okay.
But insect protein is actually the next best one that's coming on.
Have you tried any? Have you tasted any of this?
Yeah, in powdered form.
I'm sure in powdered form it's like this, but it's a little like gross. If you just think about it,
I'm in.
I have heard like people in Mexico and stuff, they eat like deep fried crickets that are like seasoned and stuff, and people say like,
well, it's fried and it's crunchy.
Yeah, like crunchy, salty.
Most people eat anything that's fried and crunchy.
Yeah. Okay. It reminds me of that movie Snowpiercer. Have you seen that movie?
That's a terrible movie.
Terrible movie.
That is a terrible. You know they made a series off of that.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie that got like a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes and got a series with Chris Evans. It's like a dystopian future, and they're feeding everyone these cricket protein bars. and it's just like a terrible.
Well, they used to just do it for fun and put them in chocolate, but
Yeah.
now if you could actually make them like a hydrolyzed protein powder, you can put them in anything. It's going to be better than the pea protein that they use in everything.
Do they just take crickets and just grind them up like the whole cricket, right?
Pretty much.
I mean,
you pulverize it to powder.
Yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't like separate the meat from the organs.
Right, that's what I mean.
The antennae.
Yeah, I'm like just throwing crickets in there. It's like
But
a
no,
little grinder.
that's how you milk
like,
almonds, right?
That's funny. Nice. All right, this is I'm enjoying the this little tangent conversation about food.
So what's the best caliber for bears?
I still don't know. What's
Yeah,
your
you
I don't know.
No,
That's
what-
what, like,
what's
'cause
your-
it's kind of a freaking topic.
what's
but
your next like what do you want to
Okay.
do backpacking wise? Doesn't have to be planned.
I didn't really like through hiking, honestly. I like
Why?
because all you think about is miles at the end of the day.
So what's the sweet spot for you? Like 3 days, 2 days?
I think 3 days, like 12 to 14 miles, because then you get to camp. You can actually have dinner instead of getting camp. I have to eat and then I have to go to sleep and wake up.
Do you carry a chair? You don't, do
I
you?
don't.
You got
I do
50
have
pounds.
one.
You could spare another pound at that point.
I do have one, but
Which one do you
Remy
have?
has I have the REI version of the one you guys have.
The
Like,
Flex Light. It's a
Yeah.
great chair.
I
fancy.
feel like I'm a little kid though. Like I sit in
Yeah.
it and I'm like sitting like this.
Yeah.
But you guys are taller, so it's probably makes a bigger difference for
No.
you guys. It doesn't.
No.
But I have Remy's sleeping pad that I actually sit on a lot and stretch on. So like
Okay.
I'll throw that on the ground
Okay.
and I'll sit on that.
Okay.
People are offering us $25 to eat crickets.
I would eat a cricket for $25.
What do you
right
have in
here.
that closet?
I don't have any
That's close.
We don't
crickets.
have any crickets.
I got some there's some silverfish running around. Would you eat a live silverfish?
No,
for,
absolutely not.
What about for? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What about for $250?
No.
Oh, a live one?
Okay, we'll kill it. We'll just like smash it on the table and then you have to eat it.
No.
$250?
No.
What about $500?
We might be
I would
talking.
you would eat a dead silverfish for $500?
Are they poisonous?
No.
I don't know.
That's all I got.
Can you just do it in one shot? Like take a shot of it?
They're
Where
big.
you have to chew it?
I'm
you
not
have to
chewing.
chew it.
I'm
You
not
have to chew it.
chewing.
You have to chew it. You have to give these people their money's worth. If there is a super chat for $500, I'm going to that bathroom. We're gonna find one.
It's a bathroom silverfish.
That's where they are. They come out of the piping. I like where this is going. What other gross thing? Okay, first off, that comment about like miles through hanging out for you, like you're
Yeah.
preaching to the choir here.
Yeah.
Like I think,
Well,
because
hold on.
on day 3 or maybe day 4, you're like, I'm ready for
Well,
society.
here's something to think about. I was wondering too. So on your Colorado Trail, you're doing 20 miles. You're getting up really early. You're hiking. Like, do you enjoy camp time?
I do, and that's why
You don't get a lot of it though.
Yeah.
No, you don't, because
Yeah.
that's why I was like calculating I had to make it because I don't like to night hike either, especially with the dog. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's scary to me. And so I'd always try to get to camp an hour so I could set up camp, get Remy tucked in. Sometimes I do laundry actually, and then actually
wait.
eat.
We're gonna reverse back and unpack
Yeah,
that.
wait.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
like,
wait,
like,
dude.
I, like to
Washing
bring
socks
camp,
and underwear.
like bringing
Wash.
camp soap and
a
like.
little bit of camp soap, and then I have my
You're
X-Fed
doing
schnozzle.
too much stuff. You're cooking.
I have brought camp
I don't
soap
cook though,
before.
so
That's
it's
true.
yes,
Okay.
so that saves a lot of time. Actually,
You could substitute camping for cleaning clothes though.
I only did it twice because
Okay,
I had to.
okay,
Like
okay.
the 5-day ones where you know,
Yeah,
you don't bring 5 pairs of underwear
right,
on trail.
Right,
So.
right. Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Are you changing underwear every single
Are
day?
you changing underwear every single day? I mean, and that's not a creepy
Well,
question.
fresh
No, no,
ones,
no.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is there any other piece of clothing?
Women
where
are
you,
more susceptible to things like
No,
that.
no, I'm not. I'm not gonna. What is there any other piece of clothing that you change out every day?
No.
Okay.
Do you bring like camp clothes versus hiking clothes?
That's what I
base
do.
layers, yeah, because you get so dirty, especially in the Colorado Trail. It's really dusty.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to get that in my sleeping bag, so I just brought a base layer and like a wool long sleeve top.
I'm seeing where we're getting to 58 pounds.
What's yeah?
That was hardly any work.
I know.
What's
And my clothes are small.
That's true. That's true.
what's Remy's sleeping setup?
Oh, he has a custom bed that I designed and have a patent pending for.
Really?
Whoa! You have a,
Can you
have your own
talk
patent?
about it?
No, she's patent.
Well, I filed it.
Oh
already
wait, so
filed
you're
it. So it's
protected
okay.
if you're filed.
If it gets
So
Do you
did
have a cool name
Did
for
you have
it?
it manufactured for you?
Not yet. So I've had it made, and it was made by Goose Feed Gear, but I'm gonna end up needing a manufacturer.
So did you contact Goose Feet Gear? Which is this guy?
Yeah. He's
I know
North
Ben.
Carolina. Yeah, Ben in North Carolina.
We have his things. And were you like,
You have
hey,
his booties, don't you?
Yeah.
they're great.
Yeah.
Were you like, hey, I have this design. Will you make it for me?
Yeah. And then I was just like,
and it's like a bed.
it's a convertible pet bed. So it's a bed plus a quilt. So it's a utility patent, not just design patent.
Is it like a sleeve,
So basically, it's a quilt that's oversized on certain ends, because what I found with all the dog sleeping bags out there is that they're the exact same size around, but when your dog comes in, like with the girth and the height, he actually has open air.
Okay.
Here, so it extends to the, like, let's say his girth up here is 7 inches, extends 7 inches this way and this way, so I can go over, and then it snaps on one side, so if he does get up, or you can just use it as a quilt, and then if you just want to use it as a bed, the quilt actually acts as like a mattress inside.
That's pretty cool.
And then there's straps underneath to be able to strap it to, and it's the exact same size as a sleeping pad.
So you should license it.
Yeah,
you patented it, right? Is that effectively licensing it?
No. License it to manufacture.
Yeah, I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to like manufacture and own it myself.
Do you have a cool name?
Sales.
Do you have a cool name in mind?
Well,
People are saying the Remy bag or just Mad Hippies.
Yeah, I was looking at the REM quilt or the REM, but there's a lot of like a REM tech is already trademarked, and there's a lot of trademarks with the Remy or because Remington's actually named after the shotgun. That's what his name is after. So like, there's a lot of Remington stuff out there already.
Okay.
So is 870 your favorite shotgun?
we haven't gotten into the shotguns.
It just had a really good dog name to it.
Do you have a dog named Glock?
Is your other dog Mossberg?
Because I didn't want to be like or shooter or gunner. I was like, no. And so like, and then Remy was such a cute little name.
Remy is a great dog name.
Yeah.
I never in a million years would have gone to Remington Shotguns as the name, but that's a great name. Mossberg, Mossy.
I like Glock.
Glock is a hilarious name.
Well,
for
a lot of people do like Smith and Wesson. They'll have two dogs.
Are those the other two dogs?
No,
Do you have Heckler and Coke?
Little Miss Winifred is my other one, but she goes by Winnie. But she could have been
like
if
Winchester.
she was a boy, Winchester. Yeah, but she's Winifred, her little Winnie.
Okay.
A little Sig 357.
I was gonna say now I'm like
Siggy.
Yeah. It's like, those are good pet names.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, we still have not gotten to the question of where do you want to backpack next?
I was because if I do
And you're in Illinois.
Yeah, I do actually want to get down to Southern Illinois just to check it out.
Is that the Shawnee National Forest or whatever?
so, yes.
Dan Becker's been there a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's pretty popular.
I mean it's the only place to go in like the state of Illinois.
Yeah, or something like the Ice Age Trail.
We've done
that.
A
The
section.
whole thing?
No.
Did a section of it with Dan Becker.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
up
is
in,
it?
It's just like backpacking in Ohio.
Okay. I do want to get back to elevation again.
It's shit. I mean, it's not that great. I mean, the section.
That's the only place we've ever.
They
got
do have
trail
sweet shelters.
Hey,
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
only place we ever got trail magic.
And I love Wisconsin. Like I love it dearly, and Andy got to experience it. And like we were hiking at a shelter one night, and we walked a mile to this like country bar, and it was like an awesome bar and had burgers. And then we went back and camped, and like you can't do that in Ohio. So like I love Wisconsin, and so like in the Ice Age Trail. I mean, how long is it? Do you know? I mean, it's pretty long.
I'll find out.
Yeah. But some of it's like not maintained. Just
Yeah.
like the Trail.
You should do the Buckeye Trail.
You should definitely through
that
hike
should
the
be a
Buckeye
challenge.
Trail. You don't have a lot of options in Chicago.
I mean, there's probably not a lot of videos out there, so I'd be like the one in
I
a
don't
million
think
with the Buckeye Trail.
there's anyone has ever done a YouTube video on the Buckeye Trail.
I bet I could make it interesting.
Did you know the Buckeye Trail is on Gut Hook?
Is it?
1,200 miles.
Ice Age, does it go north south Wisconsin?
It goes across, right?
Like does it go that
diagonal?
way?
I think it goes diagonal.
You would probably know more than me.
Let's see.
1,000 miles.
Garden of the Gods Wilderness. I think that.
Oh, it goes like
Anthony
that.
Stone. Yeah, I think that's the one I was looking at.
Is that in Wisconsin too?
No, that's Southern Illinois. I think that's in the
Garden of the Gods.
Yeah.
They're actually as much like very, very southern Indiana has some cool stuff. But honestly, at that point, you might as well drive back up to
Wow,
Minnesota.
that's weird.
Well, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota has incredible backpacking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I see how they got 1,000 miles.
They just keep going into
Yeah.
circles.
Does it start like in green? Whatever.
But it was formed by glaciers, right? That's why it's the Ice Age
Oh,
Trail.
that must be why it has a
Yeah.
weird shape like
It
that.
has to follow water pretty much, or the canyons that are in that area.
But like Minnesota has really good backpacking.
yeah,
and that's where you're
northern.
from.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Also
got
has a lot of
boundary.
bugs.
You got boundary waters.
Yeah,
Dogs.
I'm just like
Okay, so back to the you don't want to go canoeing.
canoeing with a dog too.
But if you're in Minnesota and Wisconsin, it's all lakes.
It is.
Yeah.
Is there like, are you worried he'd jump out?
Yeah, they move around a lot, so unless they're actually canoe trained, I mean, he gets around.
Well, just put the canoe in the basement. Remy, stay.
No, I needed to like balance on something to simulate.
Yeah, you're
the
right. You're
water.
right. Yeah, you're right. That's it. I didn't think about canoe training an animal. Okay.
Like if you start young too, they're gonna be better. But I think he might not want to jump in, and it's really hard.
Does he like swimming?
He loves swimming. He hates baths. So it's like really weird because he won't get in the tub for me to give him a bath, but he'll go jump in a lake.
How dirty does he get on the CT? I mean, with the dust and stuff.
It wasn't too bad,
That's
but I had
what
a
I
silicone
think.
brush, so I brushed him sometimes.
Oh, okay. That makes
another
sense.
5 ounces.
No, it's like an ounce.
We should do a pack
I cut it in half.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it actually helps clean out the tent. And then if you've got like crap all over, because you get super dirty, you can like actually scrub stuff down.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, because you get a lot of dog hair, so you kind of got to get all that out.
I'm assuming all your gear has just like dog hair like everywhere. Like,
Pretty much.
and his bed too.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad though, because the bed, since it's a nylon top, you could just fluff it out.
How much does the bed weigh?
Bed weighs with the base 11 ounces total.
That's not bad.
That's not
at
bad.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's pretty cool.
It's
Goose
the
Feed
lightest
gear.
one out there.
That's honestly most places. It's pretty cool he did that for you.
Yeah.
Most places
Will not do
would be a
that.
tough sell to do that.
Yeah, he does all custom stuff though anyway, so it's a little bit more expensive. But I couldn't find
Yeah.
a backpacking bed that actually was compressible and stuffable into his pack, as well as what I needed from being that something he could lie down on top, and I could cover him when it got too cold at night too.
So what's do you put him on a pad?
He has like a really cheap sleeping pad that I cut down, maybe to
Like a piece of
42.
foam or
Yep,
something?
foam sleeping pad.
I was gonna
That's
ask
what
you,
I carry on the. If you see my videos, that's Remy's pad.
were you prepared to knit and sew this thing yourself if no one was gonna make it?
I did buy a sewing machine
I
during
say
COVID,
you'd have to,
but
right?
it's still in the box.
Oh, really? That's pretty funny.
That's my next thing. It's like making specialized gear if no one would be able to do it for me, because I needed it. There's some companies that will do it, or it's close enough. Like Roughwear has stuff, but it's still
Okay.
super heavy, and then the pack sizes are so big for what I need to get him for. And so I'm just like, and then I actually looked online to see if there's anything else to, like, a lot of research on that. That's why I'm like, oh, I should make a patent for this. And I'm like, oh, that'd be fun. Learn the process.
Yeah.
And now I say I have a patent.
My wife's a lawyer. She doesn't do IP. She
doesn't do IP.
Yeah, sorry. That doesn't help you.
Corporate counsel.
That is what she does. That's pretty cool though. And there's a whole, I'm telling you could make packs for 5'2" women. I mean, like there's not a market for
That's
that.
what there isn't petite packs.
Yeah.
There isn't. And there's actually a lot of YouTube videos, well, because you guys probably don't research that as much as I do,
We do
with
not.
people complaining about it because there isn't. And so I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, there should be something out there just for petite size women, because it is special. Like even the women's specific packs, they're not quite as good, just with the torso size. And then the waistbands, a lot of the waistbands only go down to like a 27-inch. Like I need down to a 24. So
I just know our waist measurements are way bigger than that. They start with 3. That's all I know. But it is an interesting thing. Like, so I was going to ask you actually, like, do you look at your analytics for the ratio of male to female that's watching you?
yeah, but most of them are male, I think, anyways, for everyone.
Yeah, well, it is. But what,
Yeah.
like, because like my whole thing is like, there's not enough women doing this, and I don't know what that's about.
Or I think it's women who actually are helpful. Can I say that?
You can say whatever you want.
Anyone? A lot of them out there just start complaining a lot of the time. So like when I'm listening to their vlogs, and they get really annoying to me. And they're just like whining and crying on the trail. I'm just like, stop crying.
That's pretty funny. That's a good comment. I like it. Just get it out there. No, there's a good niche for that. But like
We're already demonetized.
Yeah, I forgot. Where the COVID vaccine makes you allergic to meat. But there isn't. I mean, there are not. First off, on YouTube in general, as you know, it's like our analytics are 90 to 95% male. You know, sausage fest. But like, I don't think that's specific to us. I think it's in general more men are watching
Yep.
YouTube. But I also think aside of YouTube, I think in general more men probably backpack than women. And like, you know, how do we change that? Or is it like, or am I wrong?
You change that by having female content.
Well, I know that
Yeah.
that's part of it, but not every woman watches YouTube. So it's like, and most women don't watch YouTube. So it's like, that's all
I think
wasted.
a lot of them out there are the through hikers too, so it gets really intimidating. I don't think there's a lot of weekend warrior
There are not.
women
There
who
are
on YouTube.
not.
Yeah, so a lot of, I mean, if you think about like Dixie and stuff like that.
I actually
mean, if you're
can't think of
hiking-
a single one other than you that's not a through hiker.
Yeah.
Like an AT or PCT.
Hungry Hiker. Have you seen her? She does section hikes and too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still haven't told me what your next hike's going to be.
What about Amy Route?
Someone said I should do the Superior
Oh,
hiking
yeah.
trail.
I was like, oh, the SHT? Yeah. Amy Route is a good call out, by the way. Yeah, that's in your home state, too.
Mm-hmm. Do that.
That's like 300 and some miles. It's a cakewalk compared to. But it's like if you live in Chicago, that's a tough one to section hike.
Yeah. But I could do, like, if I need something I can do in like 2 to 3 weeks because I could do that. On
You could do it in
vacation.
2
Yeah,
weeks.
you could do that.
Yeah.
Just take your whole vacation as a through hiker. Good for you. Andy and I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, wife, our family vacation this year, we're doing the SHT.
Well, luckily, my husband's a hiker
Yeah,
too, so that makes it a lot easier.
He's also a YouTuber,
He
correct?
is a YouTuber.
Shout out the channel.
Shout out the channel.
If you outside comfort zone, he does tips and tricks for the Colorado Trail. So and
Is
does live
is
streams.
his channel specific to the Colorado Trail?
No, he does actually like funny backpacking, like joke videos too.
Is he from Colorado?
He was born in Colorado but grew up in Florida.
But he lives in.
He lives in Illinois.
Okay, that
Yeah.
sucks. Sorry, man.
But he's on the Colorado Trail. Like he did almost all of it in 2016. I would
Did
say
you
did the
meet
collegiate.
him on the Colorado Trail?
Did.
Okay.
Oh,
that's cute.
Trail
That's pretty
magic. Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Can
he
you tell
complete-
us that story?
I can.
That's
You
kind
can
of
listen to
cool.
that podcast.
That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
no. So we sort of because I was looking and researching Colorado trail tips and tricks, thanks search engine optimization. That's how I met my husband. SEO.
Oh, so you didn't meet him like hiking.
No. Well, technically we met up
Right,
hiking.
but you knew of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like he had all these like he did segment by segment tips and tricks, and so then just started chatting.
So you slid into his DMs? That's what everybody says now.
Well, I wasn't on Instagram. Then he kept saying, "I've got these stickers, which I got stickers. If you guys want stickers,
Yes, we want
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then be part of the community. And then finally it was like May or something. Like, fine, I'm on Instagram. I want a sticker. And then
Okay.
started chatting. And then I ended up, his hiking buddy was coming in and I just ended up giving a ride to the trailhead and we ended up connecting. And then Collegiate West 1 and 2, we hiked together.
So it's funny. I was watching your videos and I noticed that someone like there's obviously times where someone's filming you holding
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's 'cause I forgot my camera.
and you don't
It's
see
on an
who it
iPhone.
is. And
Yeah.
I'm like, who's this person?
So he had B-roll. So he had it from his iPhone and I had my iPhone for those because I left my camera in the car. So those ones were purely filmed with an iPhone. But then we just got connecting. And you know, when you're out in the backcountry, you kind of just, it's all out there.
Yeah.
And you're in really stressful situations. And so I had to get back to work. This is a stressful one. And it's like, oh, it's easy. We'll make it through segment 2, And then it was like 3 hours later. I'm like, if we're making it through this, we're definitely getting married.
Really? That's pretty cool.
And that's where my joke is. If you ever see me on chat rooms, like pushing him off a mountain because he's like, well, if you don't push me off a mountain,
That's funny.
married. And then on the way back to Denver, because he was hiking the full, and I was full segments, right? And I was a couple segments ahead.
Okay.
And then we just kept, and then finally he caught up to where I was in Twin Lakes. So then he ended up driving me back to Denver in the car. And I was going to drop him off at the trailhead after my meeting the next day. So it was still like 2.5 hours is fine for me to drive. But I was like, hey, I have a secret. And he's like, what? I'm like, I really love Taco Bell.
And how does he respond to that?
He's like, I do too.
Everybody just loves Taco Bell.
Taco
Bell. They go Taco
No one
Bell.
wants to talk about it.
I love it. So there's a Taco Bell in Frisco for if you
Oh,
guys know
nice.
that one. And we just like got all these burritos and ate in silence. And then we
That's
just
pretty
knew
cool.
we wanted to be together. And we had Taco Bell at our wedding.
Man, Taco Bell sounds so good right now.
Our cousin had Taco Bell at his wedding.
Oh yeah, Alexis Outdoors. She's a good one too. She's up in Canada. She's the overlanding.
That's a cool meet cute story.
Yeah. And then we got married on the trail too.
Wait,
so.
Wait, where?
In Breckenridge.
That's pretty cute.
In
That's
segment
pretty cool.
6?
Six,
So
yeah.
walking down into Breckenridge.
Yeah, so it's sort of on the flatter end. So obviously during COVID still, but we just had family. We went to some Airbnbs.
Did you serve Mountain House as the wedding?
We didn't. We just went to a restaurant in
Was
Breckenridge.
was the cocktail hour like I don't know
Breckenridge Brewery.
Yeah, Breckenridge Brewery. Yeah,
No,
pretty
they
cool.
were super expensive and they wouldn't seat us. Like they had some
Really?
celebrity come in, so we couldn't have a group of 20 in there. But it's Gravity House right at the
heard of
base
that.
of Peak 9.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. So they were really good and very accommodating too. Like put all the flowers out and like set our group and
That's
a
cool.
specialized menu. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
You enjoying married life?
I am.
You can make a lot of jokes. That's good jokes. I don't
Married
know.
life, yeah. No, it's been good, and and that's how we got 4 dogs because he had 2.
Oh,
And I had
okay. But who had the Newfoundlands? Did he have the
He had the
Newfoundlands?
Newfies, yeah, the big
Okay.
girls.
He wasn't doing his CT hike with
No,
dogs, right?
he had a friend in Nashville that he dropped him off at.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but he's done it or parts of it 3 times, and he's supposed to go out this summer and do it again. But he's gonna try to do it in 24 days.
So
Oh,
is that when you're gonna go up to
I'm going right before,
Alaska.
and then I'll probably meet him sometime in July for some trail magic, but it's kind of like timing because I can only go on the weekends.
Do you guys have like who gets to 2,000 subs first?
Well, he was always ahead of me, and I wasn't as.
Are you ahead?
Stuck on it.
Is he still ahead of you? No. Oh, so he's not always ahead
But
of you.
we have our studios in our basement are right next to each other.
Really? You got, that is so cute.
Mine's like on the wall, and his
That
is
is
in the corner.
so cute.
So you go down, and there's our 2 studios.
Why don't you have you guys started a podcast?
He does his live streams. He actually really loves doing them. So he does different ones on the Colorado
Are
Trail.
you
about
on
eating.
his live stream?
I was on his first one because I'm much more of an introvert than he's an
Really?
extrovert. Yeah.
You're not. You're. I don't know. You haven't been very introverted on this.
Well,
yeah.
that's why YouTube, it helps me practice.
Yeah. Okay.
You fake it till you make it.
That's true. That's true. Do you guys like when you're eating dinner, you're like discussing YouTube strategy?
We talk a lot about gear though. So
Yeah.
we have our combined gear like roomed out, and we're like, oh my gosh, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's like I've got. Yeah, I know that whole closet is
Yeah,
gear.
our
You guys
utility
must
room.
have so much stuff then.
Yeah.
Like a whole room.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But he's more of the ultra lighter on that end, so it's like completely different. Gear,
What's
so.
what's his pack like? What's
He loves Six Moon Design.
Okay.
So he does, there's a 40-liter one, and then he has the Deschutes. He just got the Gossamer gear. He's going to try
like the
the
one?
one he's going to try this year. But he has a bunch of different ones. He has a big, huge, like, teepee tent for the winter as well.
like a hot tent?
Like a
It's
hot
not
tent?
a hot tent. I'm going to hot.
You need to get into that.
I know.
That's a logical next step.
He's got
I
a
love
TV
winter.
tent. Why?
Do you guys backpack a lot together?
We haven't been able to after the CT just because, like, it was a fall. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. We've taken our wives backpacking, but they're not like backpackers, you know? So it's like, it's weird to me to like envision a relationship where it's like both a hobby you guys both like,
Yeah.
you know? That's rare. That's
Yeah.
rare.
Well, it's hard for me,
And you're
though.
both YouTubers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Like, that's
everybody's-
That's how we
Also-
met through
everybody's
YouTube.
walking around with, like,
yeah,
cables.
that's what I'm imagining. You guys can help each other get shots. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. You
He
can-
has a drone though, and that's what I'm like. Do I want to learn how to use
I
it?
have a
Or is that,
drone.
but don't you just become obsessed with like all the camera stuff? I just have this little DJI Pocket 2 that I love. And I'm like, I don't want to start going out.
I mean, that's why.
I don't have a big heavy camera.
I mean,
Pocket 2 is
sometimes
like 6 ounces.
sometimes I'm carrying 10 pounds of camera gear, you know. But the shots, the drone
Yeah.
shots are sick. So selectively, and I mean, the drone I have is literally like this big. It's
little guy?
It's a little guy.
It's a DJI.
It's DJI Mini 2. It shoots 4K and it weighs 249 grams to get around all FAA requirements. Thank you, China. True story. Great segue to the Ukrainian war because DJI
How do you feel about the $83 billion deal?
because DJI. No, this is an interesting story. So
know.
in Ukraine,
Everybody's using them.
they're all using the DJI drones to like spot Russian tanks, and Russia's using them too. And DJI is like, you guys, we're done, and they shut down all drones in Ukraine
They
and
did.
Russia. Yes.
Yeah,
Because they're like, we can't have our drones being used for World War III. Like, that's not a good look for our company. So they shut down.
Everybody is using them.
Yeah, because I got one. If I was in the middle of a war, you take that thing up, it flies. I could spot all sorts of tanks and stuff. I could like strap grenades to it. I mean, it's like they're incredible pieces of technology. And DJI is like, we can't have our drones being used for this. Like, this is not good business.
But how would you stop them from using it?
They're a
You could-
massive Chinese technology company. They can click a button and like no drones will work in that airspace. 100%.
But you could. But you just don't connect it.
I guarantee you they've got like a kill switch where it's like the drones in this geographic area because the
Sounds
drones.
sounds like something in a movie.
Well, the drones have GPS units. All the
Oh,
drones
they
have
do?
GPS in
Okay.
them. So
Elon will figure it out.
Maybe that's why I don't
Elon's like,
want
we're
it.
sending in our drones.
I don't want it to start tracking me on the GPS.
I mean, there's no question the CCP, because of I use a Chinese drone, has all my data. There's like no question. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care. They can look at my beautiful 4K shots. Like it's fine. You know, President Xi, shoot those for you, buddy.
Oh my god.
It's jokes on us because this kind of internet content
Wait,
doesn't even
who gave
make
the
it into
segue
the
to
Chinese.
this? Who gave the segue to
No, the segue was
Oh, I
drones
thought
to
talking about GGI.
the Ukrainian war.
Yeah. Hey, what are your
And what causes what creates the gas price?
No, we're not talking about gas. It's going down.
No.
That's all I know.
It is going down.
Hey, an honest question. What are your thoughts on Britney though?
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
You guys, I would say that she's an idol.
Okay.
All right.
No, my brother is obsessed with her. So
What about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing that's happening?
Are you Team Amber or Team Johnny?
Who is Team Amber? Right? I feel like
I love Johnny Depp. So.
I feel like everyone
like
just
Benny and
hates
June
Amber
is like
Heard.
one of my favorite movies.
Nice. Have you been watching snippets of the trial? It's hilarious.
so bad?
I don't have time for that.
It's so bad. It's trash.
I
just
can't
see,
watch
like,
trash TV or any trash.
I just
I get
see the
so
clips.
uncomfortable. I have to turn it off.
And these like Johnny Depp's just on the stand fielding these
like-
questions, and
he's
there's
like-
like they're
they're-
showing all
they're
these
like-
pictures about him like passed out drunk and
They're like,
stuff.
what drugs did you use? Like cocaine.
Yeah, a lot of opiates.
the usual.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. What else?
I don't know.
We've
You
gone.
guys
We've
got
been going for 2 hours.
You have a half marathon.
I know.
Yeah,
I
but
know. That's why it was like normally. Well, we still drank. I mean, can't
I
believe.
mean,
we
are
drank
people
at
still
Greenwoods.
watching?
Yes.
Is the thing. Okay.
But
Okay.
Get through all the comments?
Wait, here we go. Will
no,
Smith.
no, we didn't.
Slapgate. How are you feeling about
Are you
Slap?
team Will or are you team Chris?
Chris Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think most
Okay.
people
Just want
are.
to make sure.
It was really interesting watching that.
That
because,
doesn't demonetize you, right?
Oh, we have been
You
demonetized
dropped some
ever since the beginning.
content.
But everyone, when that first happened, everyone was Team Will, and then the next day it was like everyone was Team Chris.
I was never Team Will.
Now, do you guys think it was staged? Because the
No.
Oscar ratings have been in the tank.
No.
The Oscar ratings have been so bad, and like you couldn't have picked a better thing to boost ratings for that.
No. Now he's visiting some guru in India.
Well, that's even better. It's
Talk
more,
about
yes. It plays into the story.
No, it
Until
was-
something bigger comes up, and then no
Yeah.
one will care.
That's a good question, though. A lot of pop culture things going down. What Netflix shows are you watching? Or what shows are you watching?
There's what's the one about teenage? It's in Atlanta.
Is it on Netflix?
Teenage bounty hunters.
What?
What?
It's actually
I've
pretty
never-
Is
funny.
it actually called
Teenage Bounty Hunters. I think
What?
it's on Netflix. My husband's a college professor, and they film on campus there. So
Can you say what college he's a professor at? That's pretty cool.
Don't.
Okay, that's fine.
That-
That's fine.
Don't say that.
give away that one.
That's fine.
Starts googling.
I mean, I guarantee you in 5 minutes we could probably figure that out.
What the hell
Okay.
is this?
Wait, it's actually called. Oh, it is called Teenage Bounty
Yeah,
Hunters.
it's like you would think it's some cheesy teenage
Is this
thing,
a-
but it's funny. You'll laugh.
Is it
at
canceled?
No, I don't think so. I think it's only in its second season, like now.
Is it reality?
No, it's totally fake.
I'm not watching this.
What? Did you
No,
think
it looks like
did you
it's
think there was a
terrible.
bunch of teenage bounty hunters? That
No.
was a
I was
reality
thinking to
TV
myself,
show?
how is this legal?
These teenage girls who are Southern Baptists suddenly find themselves like as bounty hunters to earn
Like
some money.
actual bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I guess
it's
that's in the
interesting.
name
it's,
of the
it's
show.
more. It's funny. It's not. It's
know-
not like Disney acting.
Okay,
It's
okay,
actually
okay.
pretty funny, and
know
I
what?
usually don't like that type of stuff.
You know what came out today?
What?
The second half of the last season of Ozark.
That's right. I still haven't.
Peaky Blind. Do you guys watch Peaky Blinders?
No,
I watched a
I
little bit.
know.
The final season.
I know
in
it's
June.
good.
Mm-hmm.
We just finished a show on Amazon Prime called The Expanse that you probably never heard of. It's Elon Musk's favorite show. and you know who else's favorite show is? It's Jeff Bezos' favorite show.
What's on
True
Prime?
story. It's a really good show.
It's
We just
called
finished
The
that.
Expanse.
I'm also watching the Netflix documentary on John Wayne Gacy. You live in Chicago now?
I
Do you know
mean,
who that was?
But
He killed 33 men.
okay.
He was like Bozo the clown that
Build
like
the-
murdered
Buried
people.
them in his base. In his,
Yeah,
well,
he
below
had,
his
he
basement.
had homosexual tendencies. Anyway, it's a good thing.
Well, I watch stuff like Yellowstone.
Yellowstone's great.
I love Western.
Yellowstone is great. Oh, speaking of that, and speaking of Amazon Prime, we started Josh Brolin's new series, Outer Range. It's it has it's a Yellowstone vibe mixed with supernatural.
Okay.
It's Amazon Prime's like new big series, but
watch
but
it.
we were
I kinda like
watching it, and my wife, who's watched some of Yellowstone, she's like, "This is just like Yellowstone." I'm like, "Well, I mean, it's got like dark holes that people fall into."
That's
and,
what
like,
they should
don't do
title
that.
it, though. Like Yellowstone,
Yeah,
but not.
Yellowstone's really good though.
Yeah.
Yellowstone's very good. Do you watch Yellowstone?
Never seen it.
It is fantastic.
I know, that's
it's
what it is.
very good. I'm only on season 3, but it's an excellent show.
Yeah, it's good.
Kevin Costner.
I know.
I also
believe-
have to do. You guys are. You like Star Wars, though, right?
I mean, like
Okay.
is an understatement.
Okay, because I'm a Star Trek fan.
Nobody is a Star Trek
Yes,
fan.
not the original. Next Generation.
Like Luke Picard.
Yeah, because
Ah,
they
he
have
is pretty
Discovery.
badass.
They have Discovery and Picard, and I've been waiting till the next
That's
season's
Patrick
coming
Stewart.
out,
I know.
so I can watch everything in one night and only pay $7.99.
Is that actually what you're gonna do?
Yeah, usually I'll do that in the weekend.
We
Okay, first off, Jean-Luc Picard, fantastic
Yeah.
character in a series, but literally 99.999% of the population prefers Star Wars over Star Trek. And furthermore,
get it.
the people who like Star Trek like the old Star Trek with what's his face. They don't
With
go to
William Shatner?
yes, they like the William Shatner Star. They don't go to the Next Generation.
I think
But
Next
I'm with
Generation,
you.
Voyager, Deep Space Nine.
I'm
and
with you
Discovery.
because we grew up outside of the Shatner Star Trek. When I grew up, Star Trek Next Generation with
Ooh, I saw
Captain-
Deadwood. Christian
with
Paul
Captain
photography.
I couldn't stand it.
Jean-Luc Picard. Like that was us growing up. That was a big deal.
Dude, Disney needs to. I need my.
You need your money back from Disney Plus. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I need another season of
mean,
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
The second
and-
season is not good though, right?
Oh, it's great.
It's great. Wait, no, I did see 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So they're on the third, right?
And Book of Boba.
Book
It has
of Boba.
Bo,
is
that's the
awesome.
one. Okay, that's the one I was.
Hey,
questioning.
the new one's coming out soon.
Book of Boba Fett or Mandalorian.
No.
Oh, yeah. She's like, you don't know what you're talking about. She's a Star Trek fan. It's the one with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Yeah. With what's his face? The Irish.
It's
British guy?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Ewan McGregor. Yeah.
The Irish.
Was he Irish or is he Scottish or is he British? He's not American.
I think he's.
He's of the islands.
Scottish?
Yeah, the Isles.
Yes.
Isle Scotch.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor. Ewan.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Okay. Anything else?
No.
I think so.
Um,
Oh, I saw Turn, Josh, on that one. Turn's really great.
Turn?
Turn.
Like TURN?
There's snakes in the garden. You'll memorize the.
It's on.
It's I don't know. It might be on Amazon, but it's about
It's
the
Revolutionary War.
yeah the spies and how they did the spy network during the Revolutionary War. There's 6 seasons of it though,
6 seasons. I like it
really
when
good.
I like it when I know there's a lot of seasons.
and you find out that George Washington's favorite word is providence.
Okay.
So everything is providence.
You my wife would love this show. Turn TURN.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's popular.
Okay.
and every time I go to like Tarrytown, New York, or like in the Northeast, it just looks like where they'd have all the spy stuff going on.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. All right. Good recommendation. Do you have a recommendation you
Bad
want to throw
college
out on
nerds.
the table?
No.
Okay.
God, I just finished the two seasons out there of what's the HBO series where they're the priests?
Oh.
Righteous Gemstones.
Dude, great. I haven't finished the second season yet.
So good.
It's on
So
HBO
good.
and it's about like a mega
Tell it.
church.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like a mockery of that. It's very good.
It's so good.
It's very good. It's John Goodman. It's like
Okay.
famous people.
I love John Goodman.
Yeah, he's like a
yeah.
patriarch. It's really good.
Yeah.
All right, okay. We've now devolved into TV shows.
We talked about backpacking today. That
We
is
did
an
talk about
accomplishment.
backpacking.
Yes,
and
that
a
is
little
an
bit of
accomplishment.
Ukraine war. So first, check out Girl Plus Dog Adventures. There's a link down in the
Yeah.
description. And what's your husband's channel?
Outside comfort zone.
Outside comfort zone. Check that out. And also, if you're in the Waynesburg,
Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
if you're in the Waynesburg, Pennsylvania area, there's a what time is that at?
11.
And it's at Hilltop Packs.
Yeah, coffee. Come grab some coffee.
We've now said there's free coffee for everybody.
Sorry, Ben.
There's not free coffee. Don't say that.
All right. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Dropping
this
in.
was
I
over
know.
2 hours.
We like doing this.
Doesn't that go fast?
It does go fast.
It's way more fun with people in person. You know.
I mean, people probably get sick of you guys anyways.
Probably.
Yeah. Not Andy, just Kevin.
That's fair. Everyone shits on me. How come I'm the one everyone shits on?
I always have to constantly correct you.
Okay, but thank you for doing this. Thank you for swinging by.
Oh, free coffee it is.
Oh, look at that! All right, this coffee's good.
Yeah.
You're welcome back anytime, and we want to keep hearing about these adventures. And
Sounds good. Maybe after Alaska.
Yeah,
definitely, for sure.
definitely. Okay.
Good.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right.